Welcome to Wellia Health's new birth center at our Mora campus. Step into our state-of-the-art facility designed for your comfort and safety. Explore our virtual tour and immerse yourself in the excitement of welcoming your newest family member. Prepare for the journey of parenthood with our comprehensive prenatal education series and discover expert tips on our blog. Your journey starts here. Come experience Wellia Health's birth center in Mora, Minnesota today, or explore online at welliahealth.org.
A Lennox air source heat pump is a high-efficiency air conditioning unit that can also heat your home or business during the spring and fall. It's more economical than heating with propane. Have Dale's Heating and Appliance install your Lennox air source heat pump. Ask Dale's how you can receive up to $1,000 in rebates for your air source heat pump system. And ductless mini splits also qualify for up to $1,000. Visit dalesheatingandappliance.com. Conditions apply. See dealer for details.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Rush City, Minnesota, to the Schlegel Fields, where we will have a softball doubleheader in the Great River Conference here as the Tigers host the Pine City Dragons. And good afternoon to all of you. I'm Ethan Game Day Gilman. Thanks so much for tuning in. And again, what should be another good matchup here between two of the Great River Conference teams. Again, everybody's chasing Rush City right now as the top team in the conference, but unfortunately they did lose yesterday to Mille Lacs 6-3, so their first blemish on the season. But again, one loss does not a season make, so there are plenty of games left to go for both sides, and this season could really change in quite a hurry. If teams aren't careful, or if you're just on a hot streak, you could go and run off 6-7 games in a row, which would really change things for either squad. So both these teams looking to come out of here with a victory here this afternoon, as it is the Rush City Tigers hosting the Pine City Dragons this afternoon for a doubleheader. First pitch looking at around 4 p.m. here today at Schlegel Fields. It's, again, should be a great one. I'm excited for this one. Anytime you get Pine City and Rush City to play each other, it's always a fun time. These two teams, they're rivals, and they don't like each other, but it's maybe one of the more less heated rivals as well, because a lot of these players, athletes, know each other, too, because of the proximity of how close each and everybody is. So, and I know, summer camps for basketball, football, whatever it may be, they see each other a lot. So there's a good chance that, there are some maybe acquaintances, maybe friends, maybe not so much friends today, but certainly acquaintances. But for today, these two teams going to be going at it, starting with the Pine City Dragons. Now, again, if you look at different websites, it's hard to tell just which one is correct, as you get two different records. You got 1-5 on MinnesotaScores.net, and then 2-4 on MN Softball Hub. But looking at MN Softball Hub, they lost 4 straight to Ogilvie, Aiken, Bram, and then Crosby, Ironton. But then their first win on the season came against Ogilvie, in which they won 17-5. Good outing there, for Pine City, as they got the victory over that Ogilvie team. Ogilvie, it's a better team than what you might expect. They sit with only one win on the season, but they're a little bit of a better team, I think, than people realize. And same to be said about Hinckley Finlayson, who, according to Minnesota Softball Hub, they beat 15-7, who is right now, according to Minnesota Softball Hub again, 5-2. So again, a nice win there for Pine City as they play out of Section 7 AA, as does Hinckley Finlayson, who, according to MinnesotaScores.net, has a 9-1 record. So again, I know they have played quite a few games, some teams more than others, but take the records with a grain of salt, just because, again, you've got two different websites saying two different things, so just take those with a grain of salt. I do know, though, unfortunately for Rush City, they did fall yesterday to that Mille Lacs Raiders team. And Mille Lacs, again, one of the teams who's trying to dethrone Rush City this season because, well, Rush City has been on top of the conference for many years now, and they've been close to reaching state. And Mille Lacs, that was their second win on the season. But, again, that's the thing with, softball, baseball. It doesn't matter what their record are. It just depends on how you're playing that day. You might be playing the better team, but if you get out, get 6-7 hits in a row, your pitcher's having just a great game, you never know what could happen when you're out there. It could just wind up being your day, and that's sometimes just what you need. Is it you might be playing the better team, but if you're having a day where you're just on, well, that's all it takes sometimes, and that's what Mille Lacs did yesterday, getting the 6-3 victory over Rush City to give them their first blemish on the season. Again, looking at Rush City, they're 6-1 according to Minnesota Softball Hub on mnscores.net. They are still 6-0, but again, they did unfortunately lose yesterday to the Mille Lacs Raiders, so we'll stick with the Minnesota Softball Hub record. Yesterday for the Tigers, Summer Nelson was batting 1,000, but she only hit once. Yes, she had three at-bats, only reached base. She reached base all 3 times, but only got 1 hit, and she walked the other 2 times. So batting 1,000 yesterday, even though you walked twice, it's still you're batting 1,000. That's got to feel good. Otherwise, it was only 2 other players who got a base hit. Annabelle Hansen got one, and then Maria Biermeyer got one as well. So a tough outing there for Rush City yesterday. They struck out 6 times, but walked 9, and they got those 3 RBIs as well and had 23 total at-bats. So unfortunate for Rush City. They fall for the first time on the season. Again, it's one of those where if you overlook a team at all, you could wind up looking at your first loss, especially in the Great River Conference. These teams may not have the record they were hoping up to this point, but that's the thing with this conference is everybody's competitive. Everybody has that competitive spirit. Everybody on any given day can be beat or can win a game. So you got to be careful in the Great River Conference. It is so competitive, and each and every team might just have the chance to beat you, and that's what's so fun about this conference, whether it's basketball, not really hockey, because hockey, well, it's a different conference. It's the Mississippi 8, but still, even in that Mississippi 8 with a lot of our local teams, and then you get track and field, softball, baseball. It doesn't matter. It's always so much fun to see these Great River Conference teams go at it because you just never know who's going to come out on top any given day. But looking at the Rush City schedule after falling yesterday, again, they were 6-0 up to that point, and their closest game was a 5-2 win over Bram. That was it. The Mille Lacs earlier in the season, back in April, was 8-3. So Mille Lacs kind of turned the tides on the road, which is hard to do here in Rush City. It's hard to win here for anybody, but Mille Lacs was able to get it done, and Pine City hopes to do so as well. But yeah, that was the closest for Rush City, was that 5-2 victory over Bram, and you had 2 pitchers who were just going at it in that game. Great pitching performances, although Rush City wound up on top. The Rysdam for Bram had quite the outing in the pitcher's circle, and then her sister was catching for her behind the plate. So it was fun to watch that one. This will be the first time I'm able to see Pine City play this year, so I'm excited to see how well they can do. Obviously, they're looking to come out of here and get out with a win, get yet another upset win over Rush City, who just lost last night. So maybe they're going to try and take advantage of Rush City, maybe trying to overplay as they lost last night. A lot of teams, when they lose, they try to come back the next game and try and just force things to happen because of the fact they lost, because they want to get back on the winning side of things. So sometimes teams tend to press after a loss like that. But Rush City will certainly be looking to protect home field. But Pine City, give no doubt, they certainly do have a chance to get another upset win here today. And I don't think they'd look at it as an upset either. I think they just would look at it, hey, we were the better team today. And so I'm excited to see what Pine City is able to do here this afternoon, as we are just finishing warm-ups for both of these squads. Pine City currently out there getting their warm-ups in, and looks like they're just about done. So we will take a commercial break, and then when we come back, we will talk about the starting lineups for both of these squads, and then we should be set for first pitch here at Rush City at the Schlegel Fields here in Rush City for the start of this doubleheader. The first game of the doubleheader set to start at about 4. They're hoping the second game can start at around 6 p.m. We'll have to wait and see how close we can get to that. But commercial break, and then back with first pitch here on WCMP 106.5 FM, AM 1350.
Free college is possible at Pine Technical and Community College. Students of all ages may be eligible for a tuition and fee-free pathway to education thanks to the new North Star Promise Scholarship. If you're a resident of Minnesota and have a family-adjusted gross income of $80,000 or less, apply online today for free and join us in high-demand programs such as nursing, gunsmithing, machining, automated systems, cybersecurity, early childhood education, liberal arts, and more. Whether you're starting out or starting over, learn more at pine.edu.
And here's the pitch.
Here's the pitch. The premier indoor batting cages in North Branch. Whether you're trying to make the team or take the team to the next level, Here's the Pitch has state-of-the-art pitching machines for bulk baseball and fast-pitch softball. $35 gets you cage time with your own pitcher. $40 gets you cage time using one of their top-tier pitching machines. Screens, plates, helmets, they've got the equipment, you provide the batter. Find Here's the Pitch on Facebook or visit here'sthepitchmn.com. here'sthepitchmn.com.
Wellia Health Community Pharmacies are here for you, operating from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday and 8 to 1:30 on Saturdays at both our Mora and Pine City locations. Our approachable pharmacists are available to address all your medication queries and facilitate hassle-free prescription transfers. Contact us in Pine City at 320-322-5141 and in Mora at 320-679-3999. We offer local options to enhance your convenience. Explore further details online at welliahealth.org.
Untangling your headphones, finding the right remote, saying goodbye to your favorite shirt that hasn't fit in 10 years. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with Auto Owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who live in your community and answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like finding a new favorite shirt. That's simple human sense.
Visit Town & Country Insurance today at townandcountry-ins.com or stop in our offices in Finlayson, Hinckley, and Mora.
Back here on WCMP, having the captain's meeting at home plate for these two teams as they get set for the doubleheader here today. These two Great River Conference rivals are going to go at it, and should be a great one. Excited to see this game, excited to see how it turns out. Again, with a doubleheader, a lot can happen. The first game could be quite lopsided. The second game could be lopsided the other way. You could have a close one. Then you just never know with doubleheaders because, these athletes have to play two games back to back. So sometimes you just never know what can become of these doubleheaders. So I'm excited to see what is going to take place. Taking a look at our lineups here for today, starting with the home team, the Rush City Tigers, who will be in the field first. Starting on the mound in the circle for them is number 2, Kendall Pilar. Then behind the plate today will be number 15, Kaylin Glenna. Then over at first, Summer Nelson wearing that number 14. Then over at second, I can't see it right now. We'll move on to third. Third will be Addison Antonsen. And then over at short is going to be the leadoff batter for them, Natalie Rude, who, if you remember back in that Bram game, she hit a grand slam to make it 5-0 at one point in that game. Then out in the field, out in left field, it'll be Hannah Mechtel. At center, Peyton Addix. And then over in right, it'll be Lola Mold for the Rush City Tigers. For the Pine City Dragons, leading off for them today will be the second baseman, Sam Root, wearing number 7. Then behind her will be Brecken Reiser, wearing that number 13, playing at third. Then the 3 spot will be number 9, playing at shortstop, Kalia Berglund, excuse me. And it does look like actually they're going to announce to the starting lineups here today as well. They do have the ability to have a PA system here, so looks like, well, not a PA system, but speakers here that they can speak through to announce lineups and everything like that. So looks like that's what they're going to do. We're going to have a special one here today where we're going to get the starting lineups via the speakers, and we're going to get to hear it. So pretty cool that not every team is able to do that, but Rush City is able to. So we're going to get these starting lineups announced via the speaker here at the fields. And then once they do that, I think we'll be back and ready for the start of Game 1 of this doubleheader between the Rush City Tigers and the Pine City Dragons. Back with more action here on WCMP.
Dale's Heating and Appliance, your local heating and appliance expert, is committed to making your family's comfort their top priority. And now you can add water softeners to their list of expertise. Dale's now offers water softener sales or rentals along with installation, service, and salt delivery. So if your home needs quality water, make the call to your already trusted experts at Dale's, or just visit dalesheatingandappliance.com. dalesheatingandappliance.com.
Your journey to smile with your forever starts at Embrace Orthodontics. The team at Embrace is committed to providing world-class care and a remarkable orthodontic experience. Choose between custom Light Force braces or Invisalign clear aligners, with locations in Pine City, Lindstrom, and Cambridge, and a plan to fit your budget, whether you have insurance or not. Embrace Orthodontics will make your smile journey comfortable, convenient, and customized just for you. Visit EmbraceMN.com today to find out how to set up your free exam. EmbraceMN.com. Embrace Orthodontics. A smile you will embrace forever.
Arrowhead Transit plays a pivotal role in bolstering the communities it serves. By providing accessible and reliable transportation, they ensure essential travel for work, education, and healthcare. Arrowhead Transit is customer-centric, continuously evolving to meet the needs of the community with initiatives like community outreach programs, job fairs, and educational workshops, and more. Arrowhead Transit is more than just a transportation service. It is a vital part of the communities it supports. Your connection, your community. Arrowhead Transit. Your ride.
And here's the pitch.
Here's the pitch. The premier indoor batting cages in North Branch. Whether you're trying to make the team or take the team to the next level, Here's the Pitch has state-of-the-art pitching machines for both baseball and fast-pitch softball. If your batter needs some individual instruction, Here's the Pitch has lessons with current and former collegiate instructors. Make the right call today. They've got the equipment, you provide the batter. Find Here's the Pitch on Facebook or visit here'sthepitchmn.com. here'sthepitchmn.com.
Welcome to Wellia Health's new birth center at our Mora campus. Step into our state-of-the-art facility designed for your comfort and safety. Explore our virtual tour and immerse yourself in the excitement of welcoming your newest family member. Prepare for the journey of parenthood with our comprehensive prenatal education series and discover expert tips on our blog. Your journey starts here. Come experience Wellia Health's birth center in Mora, Minnesota today, or explore online at welliahealth.org.
A Lennox air source heat pump is a high-efficiency air conditioning unit that can also heat your home or business during the spring and fall. It's more economical than heating with propane. Have Dale's Heating and Appliance install your Lennox air source heat pump. Ask Dale's how you can receive up to $1,000 in rebates for your air source heat pump system. And ductless mini splits also qualify for up to $1,000. Visit dalesheatingandappliance.com. Conditions apply. See dealer for details.
Free college is possible at Pine Technical and Community College. Students of all ages may be eligible for a tuition and fee-free pathway to education thanks to the new North Star Promise Scholarship. If you're a resident of Minnesota and have a family-adjusted gross income of $80,000 or less, apply online today for free and join us in high-demand programs such as nursing, gunsmithing, machining, automated systems, cybersecurity, early childhood education, liberal arts, and more. Whether you're starting out or starting over, learn more at pine.edu.
And here's the pitch.
Here's the Pitch. The premier indoor batting cages in North Branch. Whether you're trying to make the team or take the team to the next level, Here's the Pitch has state-of-the-art pitching machines for both baseball and fast-pitch softball. $35 gets you cage time with your own pitcher. $40 gets you cage time using one of their top-tier pitching machines. Screens, plates, helmets, they've got the equipment, you provide the batter. Find Here's the Pitch on Facebook or visit here'sthepitchmn.com. here'sthepitchmn.com. Back here on WCMP 106.5 FM, AM 1350, and live at WCMPradio.com. Again, the first three for Pine City, Sam Breckenreiser and Kaylee Berglund. And then after that, playing behind the plate, will be number 18, Cadence Waldenberg in the cleanup spot. Then over at first is Lizzie Simon wearing the number 19, Adam Thielen's number. We all recognize that one. Then pitching today for the Pine City Dragons is number 17, Carly Dahlberg. Then number 15 in center field, Isabel Calatayud Prieto, or Garcia. I've heard another last name. And then Paige Pangirl out in left, and then out in right, Brasida Pineda. Up to the plate now is Sam Root. And that one's in there for strike one to Sam Root. Again, Kendall Pillar are in the circle, and then Kaylin Glenna behind the plate. Sam Root now with an 0-1. In there for strike two, so a early 2-0 count here for Sam Root, the left-handed batter. And Pillar, again, very good pitcher as she tries to get the first out. Swing and a miss by Root. And that'll be out number one. Now coming to the plate, Brecken Reiser. She makes her way to the right-handed batter's box now. And one down, nobody on for Pine City. They try to get their first batter on. And Reiser with a good look there. Lays off of that one for ball one. That's tough to do, but she does a great job of holding off there. Pillar getting the signal for the pitch she wants. Here's the windup and the pitch. Swing and a miss on that one from Reiser in. 1-1 count now. And wristband being worn by the pitcher Pillar and the catcher. Swing and a miss there. Kaylin Glenna makes that catch behind the plate. So a 1-2 count now for Brecken Reiser. Here's the pitch from Pillar. Swing and a miss. And it'll be first two outs via strikeout. And now making her way to the plate will be number 9, Kaylee Berglund. Pillar with the windup and the pitch. Swing and a miss by Berglund. Kalia, there we go. Kalia Berglund at the plate. Here's the windup and the pitch from Pillar. In there for strike two. As she looks to the head coach, Erdman. Erdman, I know Erdman well. He was one of the football coaches all throughout my high school career. Very cool guy. This one's going to be low for Berglund, so it'll be the first ball, in fact, second ball thrown by Pillar here for the first three at bats. 1-2 count now for Berglund, and Pillar trying to make it a 1-2-3 inning. And that one just high, as you may have heard by the ump. 2-2 count now even for Berglund, trying to avoid the 1-2-3 inning. Pillar with the windup and the pitch. Swing and a miss for Berglund, and Pillar makes quick work of the Dragons there in the top of the first. 1-2-3 go the Dragons, and we will now move down to the bottom of inning number one. It will be the Rush City Tigers' turn at the plate, and they will try and get their bats going early and often, while the Dragons will try and make it quick work on their side. Carly Dahlberg, again, will be the pitcher for Pine City here in this first game to start, and they will try to make quick work of the Tigers here in the bottom of inning number one. Taking a look at the lineup for the Tigers. Batting first, leadoff, playing at short is Natalie Rude, wearing number 18 again. Back in the first game we called for Rush City softball this year, she had a grand slam against Bram to put them up 5-0. I think it was, I want to say the second or third inning, where the bats got hot for Rush City. They started off with just an RBI, and then all of a sudden, that's when the bats started going. They got a couple walks, and then Rude stepped to the plate, and with one swing, she didn't need two, she needed one pitch, and she slapped that thing over right center for a grand slam. Then batting behind her is the pitcher, number 2, Kendall Pillar. Then in the 3 spot will be the first baseman, number 14, Summer Nelson. And in the circle, Carly Dahlberg, a left-handed pitcher today for the Pine City Dragons. Getting the infield warm-ups done and the pitching warm-up. Again, I've said this before on broadcast. I love to see the differences in pitchers, how quickly they work, how they might take their time, and just the pace in which they pitch at is very interesting. It's so different between each players. it can vary, and it's very interesting to see the differences, in my opinion. Carly Dahlberg, the final warm-up pitch, and we'll get set to go here in the bottom of the first inning. They get their walk-up music here, do the Tigers, and Natalie Rude stepping up to the plate to lead off for Rush City. Dahlberg with first pitch in there for strike one. 0-1 for Rude. So Dahlberg starts off with a strike. Always nice to start off with a strike if you're a pitcher. That just immediately shoots up the confidence. And this one just low, below the knees for ball one. 1-1 count. I like the pitch there, but just a tad low from Dahlberg. 1-1 count, and here's the windup and the pitch. That one's low as well. Cadence Wallenberg behind the plate, catching for the Dragons. It's a 2-1 count now for Natalie Rude. Dahlberg with the windup and the pitch. Swung on and tipped foul into the fence backstop. Also a lefty catcher. You got a lefty pitcher and a lefty catcher. Very cool combo. So now 2-2 for Natalie Rude as Dahlberg readies. Here's the windup and the pitch. In there for strike three, and Rude will go down looking for out number one. So that will certainly help that confidence for Dahlberg in the pitcher's circle. She strikes out the first batter, and it's the same for both teams. First batter goes down with a strikeout. Now it'll be pitcher versus pitcher as Kendall Pillar will be at the plate. Dahlberg with the windup and the pitch. That one swung on and popped foul behind us. Everyone looking up to make sure it wasn't coming down on top of us. But we're fine. We're fine. Practice behind us was pretty close, but I think that's the JV and or 7th, 8th grade team for baseball back there for Rush City. But they're okay. It landed just at the fence. Getting a couple balls here into the ump, so he has an extra in case it happens. So a 1-1 count now for Pillar. Dahlberg with the windup and the pitch. Line inside for ball two. That can be tempting, though, for a batter, because if you get that bat around fast enough, you might get that right on the barrel, but that one normally is towards the grip. Here's the 2-1 pitch. It's going to be low for ball three. So a 3-1 count now for Kendall Pillar. And that's the thing. She is pretty darn patient up there in her at-bats. If we have time to take a look at her at-bats here in the last game we called for them against Brampton, as she swings that one high in the zone. Really no reason to swing at that one, but tempting. And she wants to get on base via a hit. She doesn't want to walk, but here's the 3-2. Oh! Ooh, that got her in the helmet. She is okay. She walks down to first. So a hit by pitch there to Pillar. So one down and a runner on first. And that will now bring to the plate Summer Nelson, playing at first base for the Tigers. It does look like we'll get a courtesy runner here for the pitcher, Pillar. And we'll wait to tell you who it is. It'll be at number 4, Briley Blatz. Briley Blatz, a 7th grader out there running the bases. Always cool to see when you've got, a 7th or 8th grader being able to make varsity. Whether it's only as a pinch runner or what it is, it's still cool. So one down, and first pitch here to Nelson is high for ball one. Dahlberg had a good first, not at bat, but pitching for the first batter. She struck her out looking, which is not easy to do against Rude. And then, unfortunately, Pillar was hit by the pitch, and now Nelson deals with a 2-0 count. This one's inside for ball 3. 3-0 count. And we probably won't see Nelson swing here. 3-0, you never see anybody swing 3-0. Here's the pitch outside for ball 4. So a 4-pitch walk there to Summer Nelson. And now the Tigers will have 2 on with 1 out. And now Lola Mold up to the plate. She's got 2 on with 1 down. Dahlberg trying to get something where she can help out the team and get them in a better situation, but that one's going to hit Mold. And now up to the plate, Kaylin Glenna, the catcher for the Tigers here today. She has the bases loaded with only 1 down. So that, hit by pitches will definitely shake the confidence of a pitcher, but Dahlberg, she'll have to come back with one here. Tries to get her and her team out of this full loaded bases jam. 1-0 count now for Glenna. Here's the pitch. That one's in there for Dahlberg, and that'll get the confidence headed back in the right direction for Dahlberg. A couple tough at-bats, but she gets a strike there, and that'll certainly help. And, ooh, that one just off the plate outside for ball 2. That's one Dahlberg would have liked to have had. That would have really helped out, and this next pitch might have been a strikeout pitch, but here's the 2-1. It's going to be in the dirt, and great block there by the catcher Wallenberg to keep that in front of her, but now it's a 3-1 count for Glenna. Dahlberg with a 3-1. And that one swung on and hit foul off the third base line. So now for Dahlberg, that's kind of good because that brings it to a full count. She's 1 strike away from getting the second out. And then all you need is 1 more. Plus they've got any bag that they can tag as well. So any bag you tag is going to be an out at this point. Obviously, if it's a grounder, they're going to try and throw home to avoid getting the run scored, but if the runner gets a good enough jump, they'll have to throw to first or maybe just step on third, depending on where this ball goes. Again, any bag is in play now for the Dragons for an out. Full count now to Kaylin Glenna. Dahlberg looking for the payoff pitch. That one is swung on and fouled as well. No chance for anybody to get to it for Pine City, as Glenna is just in front of these last 2 pitches. So for Dahlberg, if she brings something maybe a little off speed or fires a heater, could get her. And since she's out in front of him, I would almost bring something off speed. Here's the full count again. That one's just high for ball 4, and that will, unfortunately, for the Tigers, walk home a run. Well, unfortunate for the Dragons, I should say, walk home a run. So Glenna will be on first. Annabelle Hansen at the plate now for the Tigers, the designated player. Still only one down, and I think we might get a courtesy for Glenna at first. So it will be a courtesy runner for Glenna at first. It'll be number 6, and that is Chloe Fuller, a sophomore for Rush City. And again, stepping to the plate, Annabelle Hansen, the designated player. Bases still loaded with only 1 down, and a run has crossed here for the Tigers in the bottom of the first. Dahlberg just trying to get a few strikes to cross the plate here and get her team out of this inning. Oh, just high, and they're going to say Hansen held up. That was close. If we had a camera that is pointing more directly facing the plate, as Dahlberg comes back with one there. That one might be close. I think if you view a replay on that first pitch, I don't know, initially it looked like Hansen went. She held up, but I think that it did cross the threshold for a strike. And either way, it's 1-1. Now 2-1 as that one's low in the dirt. 2-1 count for Annabelle Hansen. And maybe in between innings, we'll look at both Hansen and Root, as they had pretty good outings back against Bram a couple weeks ago. And this one's on the ground. Any bag is open, but the shortstop can't grab it as it goes underneath her glove, and that will score 2 for the Tigers. So it is an RB 2-run single for Annabelle Hansen. Now Peyton Addix to the plate. She's playing out in center field, and her team all of a sudden has a 3-0 lead in the bottom of the first. Still only one out, and now runners on first and second. Peyton Addix to the plate. Here's the windup in the pitch. This one swung on, popped, and that will just stay in the infield for out number 2 to the shortstop there. Kalia Berglund making the out. For out number 2, Addison Antonsen stepping up to the left-handed batter's box. She's playing at third base here today. So 2 down now, and the Dragons looking to finish off the inning. That one's in there just above the knees for strike 1. You can hear a bunch of the Dragon fans and teammates cheering her on as she tries to get out of the inning. That was just high for ball number 1. So Dahlberg pushing some of the dirt back in place where she wants it for her footing. And she'll step back. 1-1 count now to Addison Antonsen. That one's in there, swing and a miss. And Dahlberg in front now, 1-2. And Dahlberg trying to make it the payoff pitch here and get out of the inning with only allowing 3. Looking at how this inning went, it could have been a lot worse, but getting out of here with only 3 runs crossing, and that'll be a strikeout swinging, and that'll be out number 3 for the Tigers. So Dahlberg gets out of it with only allowing 3, and you might be saying she only allowed 3. Well, with the way that inning went, it could have been a lot worse, but she does a good job keeping her composure and getting the third and final out there for the Dragons, as they will be down 3-0 as we move to the top of inning number 2. The Dragons will try and get their bats going against Kendall Pillar, who, again, for the first inning had a good outing. But if the Dragons can get some base runners, we might be talking about this game turning in favor of Pine City. We'll have to wait and see after a commercial break here on WCMP.
Wellia Health Community Pharmacies are here for you, operating from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday and 8 to 1:30 on Saturdays at both our Mora and Pine City locations. Our approachable pharmacists are available to address all your medication queries and facilitate hassle-free prescription transfers. Contact us in Pine City at 320-322-5141 and in Mora at 320-679-3999. We offer local options to enhance your convenience. Explore further details online at welliahealth.org.
Untangling your headphones, finding the right remote, saying goodbye to your favorite shirt that hasn't fit in 10 years. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with Auto Owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who live in your community and answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like finding a new favorite shirt. That's simple human sense.
Visit Town & Country Insurance today at townandcountry-ins.com or stop in our offices in Finlayson, Hinckley, and Mora.
Back here on WCMP, it's a 3-0 lead for the Tigers as we begin the top of the second with Cadence Wallenberg to the plate, the catcher here today for the Dragons. She watches that one go by with some heat to it from Kendall Pillar for strike 1. Pillar, a very good pitcher. Hard to get any hits on, but if you do, and it'll be a bunt, and Wallenberg going to reach first with some wheels. So a bunt single for Cadence Wallenberg. Kind of the hit and run almost. A great first at bat for Pine City is last inning it was 1-2-3 via strikeout. Now they get their base runner on without having to really swing. Lizzie Simon at the plate, playing first base here today. Swings and misses on that one for strike 1. But now the Dragons have a runner on with their lead off. And a swing of the bat here with Wallenberg's speed might be able to get her all the way to third. Swinging that one up in the zone is Simon, and now she deals with a 0-2 count. And again, 0-2 you want to protect, but you also don't want to swing at anything outside the zone. So let's see what Simon can do. Oh, and that one's in there for strike 3. I think Simon thought that one was just out, or in, I should say, just inside. It was not, and it's going to be a strikeout looking, and now Carly Dahlberg will step to the plate, the pitcher here for the Dragons. 1 down, 1 on for Pine City. That one's in there for strike 1. Pillar coming out, throwing some heat. Runner on first, 1 down. Pillar gets the pitch call, and here's the windup and the pitch. This one is going to be popped backwards out of play, foul. And a great jump there by Wallenberg on the attempted steal, but she will not have a chance to reach second as the pitch was fouled back and out of play. So 0-2 now for Dahlberg, and get another chance to try and advance Wallenberg. Here's the pitch from Pillar. Oh, it's another one for a strikeout, and I think Dahlberg thought that one was inside as well. So 2 down looking now. Isabel Calitude Prieto, I believe. I've also seen Garcia on the roster, so. But I remember her from volleyball and basketball. 2 down, 1 on, and a 0-1 count now for Isabel. Here's the 0-1. And check swing there by Isabel will hold up in time, and it'll be a 1-1 count now. Great hold up there. That one was just outside and tempting, but she held up. Oh, low for strike 1. I think with that last one being so close on the outside part of the plate, sometimes it's so tempting you just wind up swinging at the next pitch because of how close it was. But now a 1-2 count, and a swing and a miss for strike 3, and that'll be out number 3. So a bunt single from Wallenberg, but then it's 3 straight strikeouts for Pine City, and that'll lead us to the bottom of the inning here in Rush City. The Tigers lead 3-0, but Dragons, they got one on the base path, so they'll be hoping to hold the Tigers off the board here in the bottom of the second. And then once they get back to the plate, try and do some damage with the bats. But as of right now, it's a 3-0 lead for the Tigers. And as I mentioned before, we'll take a look at their previous outing against Bram, when that was the last game we were able to call for Rush City softball. But taking a look at their last outing again, Natalie Rude with the grand slam in the second inning. That's when they went off. They had the first inning. It was an unconventional 1-2-3, as they did get a base hit from Pillar, but then she was thrown out at second, and then Nelson would wind up being the third out, so 1-2-3. Then in the second inning, well, they only had 2 hits that got the 5 runs, but they only needed really 1 of them because the grand slam by Natalie Rude was enough as they won 5-2. But the RBI, or yeah, the grand slam, I guess it made it 4-0, it looks like, and then it was a pass ball. I think that led to another score. I don't know. My own handwriting confuses me, so I apologize. But it was another good outing for Pillar as well. She went all 7 innings, faced 24 batters. She had allowed only 3 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned run, because 1 came on an error. She had 17 strikeouts, which also gave her, I think, 250 strikeouts in her career. But it was an incredible outing. And now for the Tigers, it'll be Hannah Mechtel in the 9th spot, also playing out in left field, as that one rolls to the catcher from Dahlberg for ball 1. One-0 count for Mechtel, and Dahlberg with the windup and the pitch. Just low for ball 2 to Mechtel. That's a good pitch there by Dahlberg, but just low on that one for a 2-0 count. That one's inside. That one, if that one's a little more on the plate, that's a good strike. The last 2 pitches are strikes if they're just a little bit more inside and a little bit higher. But those are good pitches for the Tigers to get them to swing at, as she comes back with a similar one here for the strike call to make it 3-1. And now you got Mechtel seeing this similar 3 pitches in a row and there you go. There's what I was talking about. You get her to swing on one like that, and now you might be able to come back with the same pitch as we've seen previously and get her to swing and miss. So throw this one maybe a little more inside and place it there on the corner and get her to swing, or get her down looking for out number 1. We'll see. And she swings and misses on that one. And that is exactly what the Dragons needed there. As now Dahlberg has 2 strikeouts on the afternoon. Natalie Rude back to the plate. She led off in that first inning, but went down looking on strikes. Again, she's got a lot of power behind her swing, so she's always dangerous at the plate. But Dahlberg, with that first at-bat, has seemingly found a groove. This one out to right field. Oh, and it's just off the glove out there in right. And that'll be an error. So no technical base hit because of the error. But that will put a runner on the base paths for the Tigers. 1 down, runner on, and Kendall Pillar now at the plate. She was hit by a pitch, which was a string of 4 walks, which ultimately led to a 2-run single. That one low for ball 1, but the initial score came from Pillar after a walk sent her home, and then it was Hansen who got the 2-run single. 1 down, runner on first, Kendall Pillar has a 1-0, 2-0? Oh, wait. This one is swung on, and it just past the shortstop out to left field, and Rude on the run, and they're going to hold her at third. It'll be a double for Kendall Pillar. Summer Nelson at the plate. Still only 1 down and runners on in scoring position. So a chance here for the Tigers to add even more to their 3-0 lead. Bottom of inning number 2. 3 runs were scored in the first. Tigers will try and match that, if not surpass that. This one swung on and hit towards first base. And just in and out of the glove of the first baseman. What could have been out number 2 winds up being just a strike. There, Lizzie Simon there. Great coverage on it, but it just popped out of her glove. That one had a ton of spin to it, so I don't blame her on that one. So 0-1 now, and this one in the dirt. Great block there by Wallenberg behind the plate. Keep that one in front of her and hold the runners at bay. You might think, well, it might not roll too far. Well, you never know. Rush City might try and be aggressive and extend their lead. So a great block there by Wallenberg. Another good block, as it does look like Rude at third they might be trying to be aggressive with her at third, trying to extend this lead. As each time this ball has been a little low and Wallenberg's had to block, Natalie Rude has gotten a good extend. 2-1, and it swung on right to the pitcher. And they'll fake the throw home, and the throw to first is in time for out number 2. Great job there by Dahlberg. That is a heads-up veteran play by Dahlberg. I can't tell you how good of a play that was. She faked the throw home to keep Natalie Rude at third, and then threw it to first in time for out number 2. So even though you've got runners at second and third, all of a sudden you got 2 outs now, and in a good spot to get out of here without allowing a run. As that'll bring up Lola Mold to the plate. That one's just above the knees for strike 1. Great pitch there by Dahlberg. And as I mentioned, she has seemed to be in a little bit of a rhythm here in this second inning. Yes, she does have the base hit, but she has not let that affect her. This one swung on to the second baseman. Beautiful glove on to first in time for out number 3. So the Dragon defense makes some good steps there to help her out, and they only get 1 base hit on a double, but no runs and no errors, or 1 error, excuse me, for the Dragons. Had 1 error. The Tigers get 1 hit, no runs to cross. In the first, it was, let's see, 1 hit, 3 runs, and no errors for them. As now we move to the top of the 3rd inning. What a great bottom of the 2nd for Carly Dahlberg, as she was able to get out of a little bit of a jam there, but she does a great job and continues to keep it at a 3-0 advantage for Rush. But man, it could have been a lot worse there in the bottom of the 3rd. We'll be back after a commercial break here on WCMP.
Dale's Heating and Appliance, your local heating and appliance expert, is committed to making your family's comfort their top priority. And now you can add water softeners to their list of expertise. Dale's now offers water softener sales or rentals along with installation, service, and salt delivery. So if your home needs quality water, make the call to your already trusted experts at Dale's, or just visit dalesheatingandappliance.com. dalesheatingandappliance.com.
Doubleheader here in Rush City into the top of the third inning now. And stepping up to lead off for Pine City is going to be Paige Pangrel. And here's the windup and the pitch outside for ball one. Paige Pangrel playing out in left field. That one's just in there on the plate for strike one, so 1-1 count now for Paige Pangrel. Here's the 1-1. That's in there for strike two. 1-2 count for Paige Pangrel. And if you're Pine City, might have to start being a little more aggressive at the plate. Again, they are only down 3, but Pillar, man, she gets in a rhythm, and she's hard to stop in that, and will send Paige Pangrel down looking for out number 1. And now up to the plate, be Brasida Pineda. Out in right field today for the Dragons. Sees that one go by for strike one, and she upset with herself she didn't swing on that one. Her face grimaced as she looked over to her dugout and said, I should have been swinging. But it's 0-1 now for Pineda. A bunt attempt and just misses, and she is upset with herself again there. She just missed on the oh, excuse me, it's going to be a ball call. Apparently she pulled back in time, so a 1-1 count for Brasida Pineda. That one's in the dirt for ball number 2. 2-1 count for Pineda. Brasida, excuse me, not Brasida, Brasida Pineda. 2-1 count. That one's going to be in there for strike 2. So now 2-2 for Pineda. And she thought she was headed to the dugout, but now 2-2. And she'll get back to the batter's box. Here's the pitch. Inside for ball 3. She looks to her teammate, says, ooh, got close on that one. And now a full count for Pineda. She's been fun to watch here at this at-bat. She's definitely a character. That one is going to be strike 3. She'll go down looking for the second at-bat in a row. So 2 up, 2 down for Pine City. But a very entertaining at-bat by Pineda. That was fun to watch. Gotta love when a player, even though despite the Pillar throwing some heat on strike 1 to Sam Root. I got distracted there, but always fun to see a player, even though they are down on the board, having some fun at the plate. And this one's high and inside to Root for ball 1 from Kendall Pillar. Pillar, again, has just been absolutely working it. She has 8 strikeouts up to this point, and she has only seen now 8 batters. And that one will be hit foul just behind that one. Excuse me, she's seen 9. Math is hard, ladies and gentlemen. Math is hard. 1-2 count now for Sam Root. She got a piece of that one, and if she can get that one just over the third baseman's head and do it just like that one but straighten it out, she's on. 1-2. Just high for ball 2. 2-2 count for Sam Root, trying to get someone on and maybe start a 2-out rally. Seen a lot of 2-out rallies here already in this season, even though it's young still. That one's in there, and another down looking for the Dragons. 3 up, 3 down they go, and all down looking. Kendall Pillar again. She is hard to get a hit on, and she shows why right there as throwing some heat, throwing some off speed. Just incredible to watch her pitch. But now it's Dahlberg's turn, who has since gotten into a rhythm. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, I had a sneeze there. Allergies are in full swing, too. No pun intended. But Dahlberg in that last inning did have an error, which sent Rude to a base and then allowed a double. That was it. She got the last 2 outs via ground out. In fact, she even held a run from scoring. What should have been Natalie Rude scoring from third. A ground out from Summer Nelson right to Dahlberg. She checked the runner at third, faked the throw to home, and then threw the runner out at first. It was an incredible play by Dahlberg. And again, she found a little bit of that rhythm there in that last inning, and she'll look to continue it here in the bottom of inning number 3. It'll be the leadoff, Kayla, well, not the leadoff, but leading off the third is how you would say it, is Kaylin Glenna for the Tigers. Again, I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. Allergies are hitting me hard this year. You know, it's weird. I developed them only like a couple years ago, maybe 3. And each year they just seem to get worse. It's so much fun. Love it. But either way, first pitch here to Glenna is in there on the outside part of the plate for strike 1. Good-looking pitch there from Dahlberg. As I mentioned, found a little bit of a rhythm last inning. So far, so good. 0-1 pitch on the way. Just outside for ball 1. Again, she had a couple of pitches there in that previous inning where, man, she really forced the Tigers to take a closer look at some of the pitches, and she got Hannah Mechdel down swinging because of that. And she'll look to do the same thing here, as now it's a 2-1 count for Kaylin Glenna. But again, I think Dahlberg is finding her rhythm on the corners and on the sides of the plate, and she has been able to find a way to paint those corners as well. But now a 3-1 count for Glenna. Oh, and that one gets Glenna. So it'll be a hit by pitch, and that'll send her down to first. Annabelle Hansen, and the pinch runner for Glenna over there will again be Chloe Fuller. And again, Annabelle Hansen to the plate, a very good batter herself. She, the last time we called a game for Rush City at home when they played Bram, was the catcher. I believe it's her and Glenna who switched between that catcher position. So nobody down, 1 on there for Hansen as she watches that one go by for strike 1. And looks like Wallenberg might be having some trouble with her knee, unfortunately. So we're going to take a commercial break while they tend to her. Hopefully she's okay.
Your journey to smile with your forever starts at Embrace Orthodontics. The team at Embrace is committed to providing world-class care and a remarkable orthodontic experience. Choose between custom Light Force braces or Invisalign clear aligners with locations in Pine City, Lindstrom, and Cambridge, and a plan to fit your budget, whether you have insurance or not. Embrace Orthodontics will make your smile journey comfortable, convenient, and customized just for you. Visit EmbraceMN.com today to find out how to set up your free exam. EmbraceMN.com. Embrace Orthodontics, a smile you will embrace forever.
So Wallenberg is okay. I mean, playing catcher for many years, yeah, the knees tend to get a little wear and tear on them. And then a just inside pitch to Hansen is ball 1. And then Wallenberg with a heads-up play, throw over to first. Nearly got the runner Fuller, but she's back just in time. This one is high for ball number 2, it looks like. 2-1 for Hansen. Here's the 2-1 pitch from Dahlberg. Swing, and that one's out to center field, straightaway center, and that is caught out there in center by Isabel Calatayud Prieto or Garcia. If it's neither of them, I apologize. But a great catch out there in center So a fly out for out number 1. And Peyton Addix to the plate. She flew out in the first as out number 2. So 1 down, runner on first for Rush City, and a bunt that's going to go foul. Reiser picks it up for the foul ball, and Peyton Addix will head back to the plate. Just trying to find a way on base to advance the runner, but an 0-1 count, and here's the 0-1 pitch, foul back into the fenced backstop, and that'll make it 0-2. So Dahlberg, great spot here to get another out and be in a good position to grab that third one and head to the top of inning number 4. 0-2 for Dahlberg to Addix, and here's the pitch. That one is swung on and hit just past the shortstop. It's going to get down for a base hit. And the center fielder will bring it in without allowing the runner to advance to third. So a single there for Peyton Addix. And now Addison Antonsen to the plate. She struck out swinging back in the first. 1 out, 2 on. But now you've got bags 1, 2, and 3 to tag for an out. Swing and a miss by Antonsen. Again, Dahlberg, although we've seen a base hit here, again, has found a rhythm. You can tell she's finally settling in, and those nerves are kind of calmed down now, as that one's just low for ball 1. And Dahlberg moving the dirt back where she needs it. 1-1. With 2 on, and here's the pitch from Dahlberg. Swung on and hit out to right center, but the center fielder back there can't grab it. It's overhead, and that will more than likely score a run. It will. They get it in, so it's an RBI single for Addison Antonsen. So runners on first and second as Chloe Fuller scores with still 1 down, but that advances the Tiger lead 4-0. And now at the plate for Rush City is Hannah Mechtel, and they're going to say she did not go on that swing, held up just enough for ball 1. 1 down, runners on first and second. Dahlberg with the 1-0. Ooh, just low. Good framing there by Wallenberg. That is a great job by her behind the plate. Trying to frame it for the strike. I would have convinced me, honestly. But makes it 2-0. And here's the pitch. That one swung on, and it's going to get past the infield. That looks like it could score a run. It will. Another RBI single here for the Tigers. That one by Hannah Mechtel. And now back to the top of the order, Natalie Rude. And she's a danger when anytime she steps up to the plate because she's got the power to all of a sudden break this wide open and make it a 8-0 game with 1 swing of the bat. Still 1 out. Runners on first and second. Here's the pitch from Dahlberg, and that one is swung on and just through the legs of Dahlberg. My goodness. And then an error out there in center field. It will be a single, and now the runner from first is going to score as well. Hannah Mechtel will score. So because of the error, it was a single for Natalie Rude, but because the error out there in center is going to make it a 2-bagger, and 2 runs will score. So it won't count as an RBI, but it will make it 7-0. So again, it was a base hit for Rude, but because of the error out in center, that sent home 2 runs. Dahlberg going to quickly tie her shoe as still only 1 out, runner on second here for the Tigers in the bottom of the third. They have a 7-0 lead, and Dahlberg trying to get something back here, and this one's hit to shortstop. It's just under her glove. And that will send Pillar to first, and Pillar will score a run. That'll be Natalie Rude crossing as the 8th run. Eight to nothing with one down, runner on first here for Pine City, or for the Tigers, excuse me. Pine City trails 8-0. Dahlberg. The Tigers have been aggressive here at the play. Oh, we got a broken bat. Wow. A broken bat by Summer Nelson. And she can't help but laugh. I mean, she broke the bat. I have never seen a softball bat be broken. That's a first for me. Fly out to center, but I think more importantly, it was a broken bat and everybody's safe. My goodness. A broken bat on that fly out. I'll give her credit. She broke the bat. That one's in there for strike one to Lola Mold, and the throw back to first almost got the runner Summer Nelson, or excuse me, Kendall Pillar. Nelson flew out because of a broken bat. This one's just outside to Lola Mold for ball one. So 1-1. Runner on first. 8-0 lead for the Tigers, and Dahlberg trying to get out of the inning. Here's the pitch. That one swung on and popped up almost to me. Wallenberg there for the catch. And a nice job by Wallenberg. That's a tough, I don't care what you say, that is a tough catch for the catcher, but she grabs it for out number 3. So the Tigers do get 5 runs to cross via 5 hits. So 5 hits, see 5 runs cross. They didn't have any errors in the top of the inning for Pine City. It's going to be a couple of errors here in this one. So they had, let's see, no hits that last inning for them, no runs, and 2 errors. So they have 3 on the afternoon. As we move to the top of the 4th inning here in Rush City, the Tigers lead on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard 8-0 as we head to the top of inning number 4. Back after a word from our fine sponsors here on WCMP.
Arrowhead Transit plays a pivotal role in bolstering the communities it serves. By providing accessible and reliable transportation, they ensure essential travel for work, education, and healthcare. Arrowhead Transit is customer-centric, continuously evolving to meet the needs of the community with initiatives like community outreach programs, job fairs, and educational workshops, and more. Arrowhead Transit is more than just a transportation service. It is a vital part of the communities it supports. Your connection, your community. Arrowhead Transit, your ride.
And here's the pitch.
Here's the pitch. The premier indoor batting cages in North Branch. Whether you're trying to make the team or take the team to the next level, Here's the Pitch has state-of-the-art pitching machines for bulk baseball and fast-pitch softball. If your batter needs some individual instruction, Here's the Pitch has lessons with current and former collegiate instructors. Make the right call today. They've got the equipment, you provide the batter. Find Here's the Pitch on Facebook or visit here'sthepitchmn.com. here'sthepitchmn.com.
And wondering why it's taking a little bit longer? Well, we have a new pitcher for the Rush City Tigers, and that will be number 9, Peyton Addix, who will move to the pitcher position. So for Kendall Pillar, 3 innings pitched for her. Taking a look at the stats. 3 innings pitched, only allowed 1 hit, no runs and no earned runs. She did not walk any batters, and she had 9 strikeouts. And what? Let's see, 3, 7, 10 batters faced. So Peyton Addix will take over in the top of the 4th, but now the Dragons trying to get and jump out on Addix here early in this 4th. And now leading off in the top of the 4th, Brecken Reiser. The third baseman, here's the pitch. From Addix, it's low for ball 1. Trying to take a look, see if Pillar is out in the field anywhere. Again, I'm blind, so I can't see that far. Here's the pitch from Addix. Ooh, got some funky motion on that one, and it's in there for strike 1. I don't blame Reiser for not swinging at that. That's a movement. 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. In there for strike 2, and Reiser upset with herself there. He looks to Coach Erdman for encouragement, and he tells her, yep, it's all right. So 1-2 count. Addicks with the pitch. Oh, and Reiser out in front of that one, and it will be a strikeout for out number 1. So 1 down for the Dragons, but again, we've seen plenty of 2-out, 1-out rallies calling games this year, and Kalia Berglund at the plate with 1 down. Addicks with the pitch. Swing and a miss by Berglund. She had a good look at that one, just missed it, but a good look at it. So she's had a good look at that pitch, and now she might recognize it if it's thrown again. That one's in there for strike 2. Erdman even says, ooh, that was close. So now Berglund trying to protect the plate here. And it's so hard 0-2 because you want to protect, but you also don't want to be swinging at anything outside of the zone. So we'll see what she does here. This one well able to lay off of as it's bouncing to the plate for 1-2. 1 down, nobody on. 1-2 count now for Kalia Berglund. Yeah, one's in there, and Berglund will go down looking. That is the sixth batter that will go down looking for Pine City here in this game. So 2 down, nobody on, and now to the plate is Cadence Wallenberg, the catcher, trying to get something going. 2-out rally, perhaps, but that one is inside for ball 1. She bunted a single back in the second. Now the left-handed batter's box, and good job laying off of that one to make it 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes for Wallenberg. Addicks with the pitch. Outside for ball 3, and a patient at bat here by Wallenberg. And obviously 3-0, she won't be swinging, so because again, if you swing and miss, it's a strike. But if this one misses, I mean, it's an obvious ball. Or obvious walk, excuse me. And that one's high for ball 4, so Wallenberg will walk to first, and maybe that's the start of the 2-out rally. Runner at first, 2 down. That brings to the plate Lizzie Simon. And again, Wallenberg showed off the speed with that bunt back in the second. A base hit here, you could send her all the way to third. We'll see, though. Addicks with the pitch. Oh, and Simon swinging on that one just above it. She makes contact with that one, set it out to right center, and Wallenberg has a chance. That throw from right center, although towards the plate, that one's going deep. And that's going to get past the infield for a base hit for Simon. So Lizzie Simon on, and now 2 on and 2 out. And now with an error, or a throw to the pitcher, excuse me, that's going to send Wallenberg to third. But that will keep Simon at first, and now Carly Dahlberg to the plate. All of a sudden, you got runners on the corners now for Pine City with 2 down. Pine City trying to get their first run of the afternoon of this doubleheader to score. Now Dahlberg with a chance. Ooh, that one's going to be called strike. Oh, 1 count, runners, and that actually now Simon takes second. So a steal there for Simon. And a swinging strike by Dahlberg makes it 0-2. So now Dahlberg going to be protecting here. 0-2, runners on in scoring position. Here's the windup in the pitch. Fouled back to the backstop. Dahlberg got a piece of it, and sometimes all you need as a batter is to get a piece of one and then get a hold of the next one. A lot of space out there between left center and right center. Can she put one in play? 0-2. Here's the pitch from Addicks. little off speed, and it caught Dahlberg. Dahlberg was just out in front of that one. Wasn't expecting the off speed there. And that'll get her swinging. That was just a smart pitch by Addix. Again, just a good pitch there by Addix, taking something off that one, and almost no chance by Dahlberg because she was expecting that one to come in a little bit quicker than it did. So they get the threats on, but they will strand two, will the Dragons, and now we move to the bottom of the fourth inning. And Pine City will be back out in the field. The Tigers look to add on to their 8-0 lead, while Pine City looks to protect and try and get their batters back to the plate, as they got something going there that last inning. They got a little bit something going with the walk and then a hit. So they did get the one hit, but no runs scored. No errors there for the Tigers in the top of the fourth. But now they'll be to the plate, and getting set to lead off will be Kaylin Glenna, who led off in the third. But it'll be Glenna leading off here in the bottom of the fourth. 8-0, the Tigers lead. And Glenna was hit by a pitch and eventually scored as one of the 5 runs to score in that last inning. 5 hits, 5 runs that last inning for the Tigers. Dahlberg with the windup and the pitch. That one's in there, but it swung on out to left, and she's there to grab it for out number 1. Great catch by Paige Pengeralt there in left to grab it for out number 1. And Annabelle Hansen to the plate. She's 1 of 2 here today. Hit a 2-run single back in the first and flew out to the center fielder just last inning. So Hansen to the plate now. 1 down and nobody on. Great running catch there by Pengeralt in left field for the first out. And the first pitch here to Hansen is ball 1. So 1-0 count for Annabelle Hansen. Here's the pitch from Dahlberg. It's in there for strike 1. Hansen just did not like the look of that one, and she held off, but strike anyways from Dahlberg. Dahlberg with the 1-1. Low for ball 2. Been really impressed with the play behind the plate by Wallenberg. She's done a great job of whether it's blocking the balls from rolling or getting up out of her stance quickly, throwing it down to first or second. She's done a good job. This one's going to reach into just past the infield. I mean, just onto the grass. It probably had one side of the ball hit each. So a good at-bat there by Hansen will get her onto first with a single and 1 down. And now it's Peyton Addix, the pitcher, now for the Tigers at the plate. Runner on first. 1 down. Here's the pitch from Dahlberg. In there for strike 1. Oh, 1 for Addix. Dahlberg with the pitch. Swung on and hit right at the pitcher. Oh, it goes off her glove. And the runner is going to be safe at first. And Reiser picks it up, heads to third as to hold Annabelle Hansen at second, but it is going to be an infield single for Addix, as that one hit the glove of Dahlberg. She's okay, though. And now it's Addison Antonsen to the plate. So 2 on, 1 down for the Tigers. And Dahlberg with the pitch. Just outside, and that runner at second, Hansen, they might be trying to be aggressive with her and trying to get her to third. She's gotten some good leads. Of course, you have to see the pitch first and then get the lead here in softball. That one's in there for strike 1 on the lower part of the strike zone. So 1-1 now for Antonsen. But again, in softball, you cannot leave early. You have to wait till the pitch leaves the hand. Then you can leave. And it's strike 2 from Dahlberg to Antonsen. And again, Wallenberg just does such a good job of quickly getting that ball back to the pitcher so as to hold the runners. 1-2 pitch, here it is. It's low and in the dirt, and that's going to be the first one that gets by Wallenberg. The first one of the game. That one came in with some heat from Dahlberg. So runners on second and third now for Rush City. One down, and Dahlberg trying to come back with the payoff pitch. 2-2 count for Antonsen. That one is swung on, popped up to the shortstop. She grabs it and holds on. Round number 2, great grab there by the shortstop, Kalia Berglund. So 2 down now, and Hannah Mechtel to the plate for the Tigers in the left-handed batter's box. Back-to-back left-handed batters for Rush City. And Mechtel trying to reach. She did with an RBI single last inning, but this one's by her for strike 1. And, ooh, the throw down from Wallenberg to third nearly got Hansen. Riser down there almost got the tag. And a ton of dirt coming out from the belt as she had to slide back. This one's low for ball 1. Great throw again. Wallenberg behind the plate has had a good outing here this afternoon in the first game of this doubleheader. Dahlberg with the 1-1 pitch on the way to Mechtel. And that one's going to be low. And again, Wallenberg just a great job blocking that one and not allowing Hansen any chance to try and take home. 2-1 count. Here's the pitch from Dahlberg. It's going to be low. And again, Wallenberg with another great block. So 3-1 now for Hannah Mechtel. And a walk here wouldn't be the end of the world for Pine City. Then you get to tag at any bag if it is. Of course, they would just like an out. And, oh, no! Wallenberg just outside of the third baseman, and it will score a run on the error. So Hansen will reach home on an error. And it's a walk for Mechtel. Natalie Rude back to the plate. 2 down, runners on first and second. And that'll make it a 9-0 lead for the Tigers. The error committed by Pine City. Again, Wallenberg just trying to help her team out, trying to get that final out. I like the idea because Hansen has gotten some pretty big leads there. And they're going to call this one ball 1, high in the zone to Natalie Rude. Natalie Rude here today. 1 of 3. Error helped her reach in the second, strikeout in the first, and then a single back in the third. This one, oh, just going to get past the infield. That will score a run as Peyton Addix crosses for an RBI single for Natalie Rude. That'll make it 10-0. 10-0 now for Rush City. 2 down still, and runners on first and second remain. Now Kendall Pillar to the plate. Giving this one a ride out to center. Isabel is there but can't grab it. And this is going to score 1. It's going to possibly score another. It will. So 2 runs crossed there for the Rush City Tigers. Rude all the way from first. And Mechtel from second. I don't really know how to score that one for Pillar. Because technically it's an error as it bounced off the glove, but so 2 down, runners on second. And now another hit that gets out of the infield. It's going to make it 13-0 with Pillar using that speed to round the bases. And she's in for the 13th run for Rush City. 13-0 on an RBI single for Summer Nelson. So Lola Mold to the plate. 2 down, runner on first. Outside ball 1 on the first pitch to Lola Mold. 1. If we get this one on base, we will have batted around. 1-0 count for Mold. Dahlberg has done a good job of battling in the circle here today. This one Going to go foul off of Mold. That one got her a little bit, and she's okay, thankfully. That's what we like to see. So 1-1 now for Lola Mold. She is 0 for 2 today. It was hit by a pitch back in the first. This one is swung on and popped up right to the pitcher, and she's grabbed it for out number 3. Lola Mold, that was one high up in the zone. Probably could have laid off it, but she wanted to be aggressive and get a hit, but that one's going to be a fly out to the pitcher for out number 3. So 13-0 is the score for Rush City as we move to the top of the 5th inning. That'll be the Dragons' turn, and they look to try and get some of these runs back, as I believe it is a 7-inning doubleheader. If that's the case, the Dragons need 4 to extend this game. Otherwise, after the top of the 5th here, it would be game over. So we'll head to the top of the 5th. Pine City needs 4 to keep this game going here in Rush City in the first game of this doubleheader. We'll be back after a word from our fine sponsors here on WCMP.
Welcome to Wellia Health's new birth center at our Mora campus. Step into our state-of-the-art facility designed for your comfort and safety. Explore our virtual tour and immerse yourself in the excitement of welcoming your newest family member. Prepare for the journey of parenthood with our comprehensive prenatal education series and discover expert tips on our blog. Your journey starts here. Come experience Wellia Health's birth center in Mora, Minnesota today, or explore online at welliahealth.org.
Back here. What's that? All right. Back here on WCMP, top of the 5th. Just got word they're doing better than they did last year against Rush City, so. Which is good news, as long as your team is growing forward. That's all you can hope for. But they still got another game to play. There's still a chance here. They've got another game after this one. But the Dragons need 4 here in this inning, and it all starts with Isabel leading off here in the top of the 5th. And she watches that one go by, strike 1. She's 0 for 1 today, struck out back in the second. And here's the pitch, and that one's swung on and missed as well for strike 2. Isabel with an 0-2. Here's the pitch from Addix, and that's in there for strike 3 as she'll go down looking for out number 1. Now to the plate, we'll bring Paige Pengrel. So 1 down, and Pengrel swinging and missing on that one. And getting the word from Erdman, yeah, just a tad late on that one, but a good swing nonetheless. So 0-1 here for Pengrel. She's 0 for 1 on the day. Went down looking back in the third. 1-1 count for Pengrel. Here's the pitch. In there. It crosses the plate for strike 2. That's a tough one to get a read on, but it is in there for strike 2. 1-2 count now for Paige Pengrel. Here's the pitch from Addix. Just off the plate. And a good look there from Pengrel, holding off on that one. Now it'll be a 2-2 count to Pengrel. Addix with the pitch. Oh, and that's going to get Pengrel. And Pengrel will head down to first after being hit by that pitch there. So runner on, and she is okay. So now that brings to the plate Brasida Pineda. 1 down, and last at bat for Pineda, she was entertaining to watch. Here's the pitch from Addix, and missed on the bunt there. And 0-1 count now. Again, character out there at the plate. Pretty fun to watch. So 0-1 count, one down, runner on first for Briseida. And this one is just in front of the first baseman for a foul, and that'll be strike two. So 0-2 count here for Pineda. 0-2 count, runner at first. She got a piece of that one, and she'll look to straighten this one out for a base hit. 0-2 pitch on the way from Addix, and that one stuck in the hand of Addix for ball one, as that one will be well outside. Briseida Pineda with a 1-2 now, and the pitch from Addix on the way. Inside for ball two. 2-2 count for Pineda. Addix readies, gets the signal she likes. And here's the pitch. Outside for ball three. Good at-bat here for Briseida Pineda. Full count. Runner at first and one down. Here's the pitch. And swinging and missing. That's a good comeback pitch there for Addix. So strikeout there by Pineda will make it 2 down. And now Sam Root back to the plate. 2 down. Left-handed batter Root at the plate. We're at 0 for 2 today. Great opportunity to get her first hit of the game. And this one's outside for ball one to Sam Root. Playing over at second base. Again, stay tuned after this one. We'll have a little bit of a break, and then we'll get game 2 of this doubleheader. That one's in there from Addix for strike one. 1-1 count. To Root now. 2 down. You got that runner at first. And Paige Pangrel. That one's in there for strike two. So 1-2 count now for Root, and she's got to be protecting with Pangrel on first. Here's the 1-2. And that one's well outside over the batter, and Pangrel is easily into second with the pass ball. So runner on second with 2 down. Now you got a runner in scoring position for Sam Root. Addix with a 2-2. Here's the pitch. High for ball three. Full count to the second batter in a row. This Sam Root's opportunity. Try and score that runner from second. Here's the 3-2. That one swung on and just past the pitcher. And they did tag Pangrel as she left second. Trying to get that run to third and trying to score, but that would be out number 3 as she was tagged. And that will do it. So game 1 belongs to Rush City as they win 13-0 here in game 1. So the Dragons are unable to score a run here in this first game. So the Tigers do a great job here in game 1 between 2 pitchers that go a total of 5 innings for Peyton Addix. She went a full 2 innings starting back in the 4th. She did allow 1 hit. She gave up the 2 walks, 1 walk and 1 hit by pitch. She also grabbed, let's count them up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 strikeouts. No runs though, no earned runs. And she faced 8 batters. So 8 batters, only allowed the 1 hit and 5 strikeouts. 16 between her and Pillar today for the 13-0 win for Carly Dahlberg. She went 4 innings. She faced a load of batters. She gave up, I think they may have all been earned runs except for 1. Yeah, so 12 earned runs for her. And 2. Three hit by pitches for her. And looking at the walks, 1, 2. 3 walks as well. Pretty good, though. Only 3 walks. 2, 3 strikeouts as well. And again, a whole lot of batters faced. She gave up, let's count them, the hits that she gave up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Gave up 11 hits for 13 runs in this one. So we'll get a break here between these 2 games, as our next one will be the second game of this doubleheader. I believe they will switch. I believe it will be Pine City who will be the home team for this next one. And then it will be the Tigers as the technical away team because of them switching. So, a win here in the first game of this doubleheader for the Tigers at 13-0. And we'll get a little bit of a break in between to get the field taken care of, get the lineup set for game 2, and then we'll be back. Again, game 2 supposed to start at around 6 o'clock. Might be a little earlier, might be a little bit later. We'll have to wait and see. Again, just fixing the pitching circle and the batting boxes and the catcher spot. So while they do that, we'll continue to talk about this first game in which Rush City scored 13 runs and held Pine City to 0. It's a tough outing there for Pine City in the first one, but again, got word from one of the Pine City players that they're doing better than they did against them last year, so that is good news. And if you can do that, if you can just do better than last year's game, well, you got to feel good about that. So we will take a commercial break, and after we take that commercial break, we'll be back to recap once again game 1 of this doubleheader as the Tigers get the victory 13-0. But back after a word from our fine sponsors here on WCMP.
A Lennox air source heat pump is a high-efficiency air conditioning unit that can also heat your home or business during the spring and fall. It's more economical than heating with propane. Have Dale's Heating and Appliance install your Lennox air source heat pump. Ask Dale's how you can receive up to $1,000 in rebates for your air source heat pump system. And ductless mini splits also qualify for up to $1,000. Visit dalesheatingandappliance.com. Conditions apply. See dealer for details.
Free college is possible at Pine Technical and Community College. Students of all ages may be eligible for a tuition and fee-free pathway to education thanks to the new North Star Promise Scholarship. If you're a resident of Minnesota and have a family in gunsmithing, machining, automated systems, cybersecurity, early childhood education, liberal arts, and more. Whether you're starting out or starting over, learn more at pine.edu.
And here's the pitch.
Here's the pitch. The premier indoor batting cages in North Branch. Whether you're trying to make the team or take the team to the next level, Here's the Pitch has state-of-the-art pitching machines for both baseball and fast-pitch softball. $35 gets you cage time with your own pitcher. $40 gets you cage time using one of their top-tier pitching machines. Screens, plates, helmets, they've got the equipment, you provide the batter. Find Here's the Pitch on Facebook or visit here'sthepitchmn.com. here'sthepitchmn.com.
Wellia Health Community Pharmacies are here for you, operating from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday and 8 to 1:30 on Saturdays at both our Mora and Pine City locations. Our approachable pharmacists are available to address all your medication queries and facilitate hassle-free prescription transfers. Contact us in Pine City at 320-322-5141 and in Mora at 320-679-3999. We offer local options to enhance your convenience. Explore further details online at welliahealth.org.
So after the first game, it ended in 5 due to the 10-run rule. The Tigers win 13-0. It was a really good outing for 2 of the Tiger pitchers. They had Kendall Pillar in the first 3 innings, and she faced 10 batters. Only allowed the 1 hit, no earned runs, and 9 strikeouts. Then it was Peyton Addix who saw the last 2 innings, and she saw 8 batters, only allowed 1 hit, walked 1 hit. She hit 1 batter and had 5 strikeouts. So 14 strikeouts between the 2 as they helped their team to a 13-0 victory. The Dragons, they had their moments, but just could not get runners across in scoring position, and that'll be something they talk about here in between is just, hey, we got to be better at swinging our bats with runners in scoring position. They had a few chances there again in that game, but just couldn't get those bats around enough. But Pillar, she is a tough one to face. She is a very, very talented pitcher and not easy to go up against. Again, she's got a ton of pitches in her arsenal, and the heater that she can throw is just outstanding. For the Dragons, it was Dahlberg who pitched for them. She saw 4 innings of work, allowed 11 hits, only 12 earned runs, 13 runs total, walked 3, hit 3 batters, and struck out 3 as well. So a tough first game there for Pine City, but again, hearing word from the Dragon players that they're playing better against them this year than they did last year. And again, as long as you're playing better, you've got to feel good about where your team's going. You've got to feel good about where your team is headed, because even if you're just playing a little bit better, it's got to feel good for Pine City to be playing as well as they are. Again, they are playing better, according to one of their players. So for them, no, it doesn't look like any seniors on the squad for Pine City. Ton of juniors, though. And unfortunately, they will lose one, Isabel Prieto. She is a exchange student. She's from Spain, over there in Spain. And I overheard a conversation. They don't have softball, apparently, in Spain, maybe as a high school sport or something. So very interesting. Very interesting that they don't have softball over there. I know they have baseball, because you get a ton of players from Spain in baseball, as well in hockey. So, but a ton of juniors here for Pine City. Count them up. One of them, Sam Rutt. Delia Maish is another one. She is injured, so unfortunately unable to be available today. Brecken Reiser, Isabel Prieto, again, exchange student. Elizabeth Simon, Cadence Wallenberg, Lisa Breidenbach, and then Kaylee Randall, who is their manager, is also a junior. So a ton of juniors this year. They also got some sophomores, Carly Dahlberg, Allie Hansen, and Brianna Hazelton, who are both injured, sadly, as well as Reseda Pineda, Marissa Tisch, and Cheyenne Sandell, who is also a manager. Then the freshmen are Kaylin Anderson, Adriana Bean, and Kalia Berglund, as well as Destiny Matrius, Brecklin. Wow, if I can read. Nicole and Emily Stewart, who is also injured. They do have some injuries that Pine City is dealing with right now, so not at full strength quite yet for Pine City. And once they get there, I think this team will be a lot better than people think they will. Then for 8th graders, you got Bryn Johnson, Paige Pangrel, and Bella Untermail for Pine City, looking at their roster. So they'll bring back a really good squad next year with some veteran players for this team next year. It should be really cool to see if they can bring everybody back and get that veteran experience back with these juniors, and then the sophomores who are getting plenty of playing time, as well as some of the 8th graders and freshmen. This Pine City team might just be one to watch out for. Maybe next year might be the time to unthrone Rush City for Pine City, and there's still a chance this year. There's plenty of time this year for things to turn around for both of these teams. So it'll be very interesting to see how the rest of these seasons can work out. But for Rush City, they get another victory, 7-1 on the season, as they get the victory in Game 1 of this doubleheader over Pine City, 13-0. We're going to take another commercial break, and by that time, hopefully get some lineups here for both of these squads, and then should be close to ready for Game 2. We'll have to, I think, re-chalk the lines a little bit, but then we should be good to go for Game number 2 of this doubleheader at beautiful Schlegel Fields in Rush City for the doubleheader between the Great River Conference rivals, the Tigers and the Dragons. Let's try that again with English. Back after a commercial break here on WCMP.
Untangling your headphones, finding the right remote, saying goodbye to your favorite shirt that hasn't fit in 10 years. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with Auto Owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who live in your community and answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like finding a new favorite shirt. That's simple human sense.
Visit Town & Country Insurance today at townandcountry-ins.com or stop in our offices in Finlayson, Hinckley, and Mora.
Dale's Heating and Appliance, your local heating and appliance expert, is committed to making your family's comfort their top priority. And now you can add water softeners to their list of expertise. Dale's now offers water softener sales or rentals along with installation, service, and salt delivery. So if your home needs quality water, make the call to your already trusted experts at Dale's, or just visit dalesheatingandappliance.com. dalesheatingandappliance.com.
Your journey to smile with your forever starts at Embrace Orthodontics. The team at Embrace is committed to providing world-class care and a remarkable orthodontic experience. Choose between custom Light Force braces or Invisalign clear aligners, with locations in Pine City, Lindstrom, and Cambridge, and a plan to fit your budget, whether you have insurance or not. Embrace Orthodontics will make your smile journey comfortable, convenient, and customized just for you. Visit EmbraceMN.com today to find out how to set up your free exam. EmbraceMN.com. Embrace Orthodontics. A smile you will embrace forever.
Arrowhead Transit plays a pivotal role in bolstering the communities it serves. By providing accessible and reliable transportation, they ensure essential travel for work, education, and healthcare. Arrowhead Transit is customer-centric, continuously evolving to meet the needs of the community with initiatives like community outreach programs, job fairs, and educational workshops, and more. Arrowhead Transit is more than just a transportation service. It is a vital part of the communities it supports. Your connection, your community. Arrowhead Transit. Your ride.
So we get ready for game 2 here of the doubleheader in Rush City. Taking a look at some regional sports here for you. The Twins today got the victory over the White Sox. They were down at one point, but then had back-to-back innings of 2 runs back in the 6th and 7th to give them a 6-5 lead. And then in the top of the 9th, they scored 4 more to add on to make it a 10-5 win for the Twins. They are now 17-13 on the year, and hopefully can really keep this going. So,
I don't know about that.
For the
I don't think I want to share that information.
For the Twins on a hot streak right now, and all of Minnesota hoping that they can keep that up because they're our only hope right now. I guess we got the Timberwolves too. Taking a look at the Timberwolves, Saturday's game for Game 1 against the Nuggets is still to be determined for a time start. Interesting that I think they're waiting for some of the other series to finish up because then that determines what time that they can play, I think. I don't know. I'm just guessing. So I'm guessing they're waiting for some of the other series to finish up here this week, and then they'll be able to figure out what time they'll be able to play on Saturday. But as of right now, Game 1 is still Saturday, May 4th. Just no time yet as to when it will start. So, Timberwolves, Twins, the only 2 teams left playing, and then shortly we'll be talking about the Vikings in preseason. I can't believe we're almost there. It's just crazy to me to think that we're almost to preseason football already. It's nuts. It's crazy. But we're going to commercial break here, and then we'll get ready for Game 2 of this doubleheader between Pine City and Rush City here in Rush City, Minnesota. Back after word from our fine sponsors.
And here's the pitch.
Here's the pitch. The premier indoor batting cages in North Branch. Whether you're trying to make the team or take the team to the next level, Here's the Pitch has state-of-the-art pitching machines for bulk baseball and fast-pitch softball. If your batter needs some individual instruction, Here's the Pitch has lessons with current and former collegiate instructors. Make the right call today. They've got the equipment, you provide the batter. Find Here's the Pitch on Facebook or visit here'sthepitchmn.com. here'sthepitchmn.com.
Welcome to Wellia Health's new birth center at our Mora campus. Step into our state-of-the-art facility designed for your comfort and safety. Explore our virtual tour and immerse yourself in the excitement of welcoming your newest family member. Prepare for the journey of parenthood with our comprehensive prenatal education series and discover expert tips on our blog. Your journey starts here. Come experience Wellia Health's birth center in Mora, Minnesota today, or explore online at welliahealth.org.
So the Tigers are the away team here as the second game of the doubleheader begins. And it's Natalie Rude to lead off for the Tigers. And on the mound and behind the plate, same 2 players. First pitch is a strike, though. And a nice one there from Carly Dahlberg, as she will be the pitcher once again. This one is swung on and towards the first baseman. She grabs it for out number 1. Fly out to the first base, and that is out number 1. And a great catch by Elizabeth Simon. Lizzie Simon, as they have it on the lineup sheet. Now to the plate is Kendall Pillar. Dahlberg, that one is crushed out to right field, and that's just going to get by the right fielder. Pillar's going to be on. She's rounding first and heading to second. She's going to round for third. She doesn't care. She's going aggressive here, and she is in safely with a triple. Lola Mold now back to the plate as the number 3 batter. So with 1 down, we've got a runner on third already in scoring position in the top of the first. So Mold at the plate, Dahlberg with the pitch. That one swung on and hit out towards center, straightaway center, and Isabel Prieto is on it, but that will drive home a run. So a fly out to the center fielder for out number 2, but it's also an RBI, so a sac fly for Mold. And now for the Tigers, Kaylin Glenna to the plate. First pitch to her is low for ball 1. And again, behind the plate for this game, Cadence Wallenberg. (1-0) to Mold is high for ball 1. A similar lineup for Pine City in the first game. Here in game number 2, except I think we got a different right fielder in this game. And that one, going to be a ball for Glenna. 2 down here in the top of inning number 1, but a run has scored for the Tigers. That one is swung on and heading foul down the left field line, and that's out of play. Foul. So Glenna gave that one a ride. And a rare 3-0 swing. So 3-1 now for Glenna. She must have got the green light there. And now Dahlberg with the pitch. Just outside, and that will be a walk for Glenna. And now coming to the plate, Annabelle Hansen. Runner at first, 2 down. Tigers trying to get a early 2-0 rally, but here is Dahlberg with the pitch. Just high for ball 1. Got Hansen almost a swing there, but she held off. Here's the 1-0 pitch from Dahlberg. Outside for ball 2, and a nice throw down to first by, the catcher Wallenberg. And Reiser there at first, or not Reiser, Reiser's at third. Over there at first is Lizzie Simon with a great tag attempt, but she's back in time. And this one swung on by Hansen towards the shortstop, and it's just over her shoulder. That will bring a single, and throw to Reiser is not in time, so Glenna moves to third. It's going to be a single for Hansen, and then the throw to third moves her to second. So now runners on in scoring position with 2 down. And the batter to the plate now going to be number 9, Peyton Addix. Runners on in scoring position, 2 down. Dahlberg with the windup and the pitch. That one swung on and hit towards shallow left. Running up to get it and just missing. So it's going to score 1, and runner from second will hold at third. So it will just score Glenna, and Hanson will stop. Excuse me, they got a pinch runner out there, I believe. I think that's Riley Blatz. But she stops at third, and Addix is into second with an RBI. And now at the plate, number 17, Adriana Schroeder. She looks at ball one, and here's a swing and fouled off the third base line. 1-1 now for Adriana Schroeder. Now we'll hopefully get time to tell you where everybody's playing. This one swung on and hit right back up to the pitcher, and just under the shortstop's glove, and that will bring home 2 on a 2-run single for Adriana Schroeder. And Ashlyn Simmons to the plate now. Love that they got walk-up music for these players. So Ashlyn Simmons to the plate now. Still with 2 down and a runner on first. In there for strike one, and the throw down to first is going to be in time. Oh! No, they're going to say she's back. Ooh. Might need replay for that one. If only we had 2 more cameras and 2 more people to run them. I think they would have been able to replay that one and get her for an out. But great throw by Wallenberg again down to first, but just apparently not getting back in time for the throw. 0-2 now for Ashlyn Simmons, as Dahlberg tries to finish off the inning, and she does with a swinging strike there. So strikeout will be out number 3. And it'll be 4-0 on the side of the Tigers as the away team. Now again, you see them in the same spot, but again, game 2 of a doubleheader, they always switch. So 4-0 for the Tigers after the top of the first. And we'll move down to the bottom of inning number 1. It'll be the Dragons' turn at the plate. And I think we'll take a commercial break, get the lineups here for both these sides, and then we'll be back after a word from our fine sponsors.
A Lennox air source heat pump is a high-efficiency air conditioning unit that can also heat your home or business during the spring and fall. It's more economical than heating with propane. Have Dale's Heating and Appliance install your Lennox air source heat pump. Ask Dale's how you can receive up to $1,000 in rebates for your air source heat pump system. And ductless mini splits also qualify for up to $1,000. Visit dalesheatingandappliance.com. Conditions apply. See dealer for details.
Free college is possible at Pine Technical and Community College. Students of all ages may be eligible for a tuition and fee-free pathway to education thanks to the new North Star Promise Scholarship. If you're a resident of Minnesota and have a family-adjusted gross income of $80,000 or less, apply online today for free and join us in high-demand programs such as nursing, gunsmithing, machining, automated systems, cybersecurity, early childhood education, liberal arts, and more. Whether you're starting out or starting over, learn more at pine.edu.
And here's the pitch.
Here's the pitch. The premier indoor batting cages in North Branch. Whether you're trying to make the team or take the team to the next level, Here's the Pitch has state-of-the-art pitching machines for bulk baseball and fast-pitch softball. $35 gets you cage time with your own pitcher. $40 gets you cage time using one of their top-tier pitching machines. Screens, plates, helmets, they've got the equipment, you provide the batter. Find Here's the Pitch on Facebook or visit here'sthepitchmn.com. here'sthepitchmn.com.
Bottom of the first, the leadoff batter for Pine City will be Sam Root. And it'll be Peyton Addix to start the second game for the Tigers. And she puts a hit on that one, a slow roller to the third base. Throw on to first is in time for out number 1. Well, a better start, though, for the Dragons here in game 2. They at least got a swing and a hit on one, but going to be a ground out. But you got to be feeling good about that as Brecken Reiser And watch that one go by for strike one. 0-1 count now with one down for the Dragons in the bottom of the first. Trying to get a few back from the 4 that the Tigers scored in the top of the first. Annabelle Hansen is behind the plate for the Tigers here in game 2. Again, it's her and Galena that kind of take over. Try to get these lineups. And kind of a bouncing hit. The throw down to first. It's going to be in time, though, for out number 2. She got one, a slow roller, but she got one nonetheless. But it will be out number 2 as the catcher. The ground out to the catcher, if you will, for Breckenriser. And now for the Dragons, after 2 down quickly, it'll be number 5. And that'll be Bryn Johnson, or excuse me, number 9. And that one does hit the top of the fence and rolls its way over. And Kalia Berglund at the plate now with 2 down and nobody on. Little something off of that one by Addix. And a good job laying off that one by Berglund, and it'll be a 1-1 count now. Here's the pitch. Oh, and Addix gets her to swing out in front of that one. Berglund looking at her coach. They have a laugh together. They both have a laugh together. You love to see that they're able to laugh it off, though. That's when you know the coach and players have a good relationship. 1-2 count for Kalia Berglund. Here's the pitch from Addix. A little something off that one, and Berglund, kind of similar pitch as the last one, and just couldn't get that one off her shoulder. And she comes back saying that was bad. So 1-2-3 will go the Dragons here in inning number 1. They allow 4 runs to cross, and now we'll move to the top of inning number 2. Again, the Dragons, the home team here in the second game of the doubleheader. Tigers are the away team as we move to the top of the first. It'll be the Tigers once again at the plate. They nearly batted around again, but we'll wait and see what they can do here this time around. And Dahlberg will look to make it a quick inning for the Dragons so they can get back to the plate and hopefully get something to go. 4-0, top of the second when we come back on WCMP.
Wellia Health Community Pharmacies are here for you, operating from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday and 8 to 1:30 on Saturdays at both our Mora and Pine City locations. Our approachable pharmacists are available to address all your medication queries and facilitate hassle-free prescription transfers. Contact us in Pine City at 320-322-5141 and in Mora at 320-679-3999. We offer local options to enhance your convenience. Explore further details online at welliahealth.org.
Now coming to the plate for the Tigers, Hannah Mechtel. To lead off this second inning, top of the second. Here's the pitch from Dahlberg, swinging on that one, getting it to the second baseman. Oh, she got her glove on it, but it's going to roll through. That'll be a base hit for Mechtel. Sam Root over there at second. Just couldn't get it cleanly. She did get it to slow down. If she doesn't, Mechtel might have 2. So got to look at the positives. And now that'll bring to the plate Natalie Rude for the second time in 2 innings. Here's the pitch from Dahlberg. In there for strike 1. Nice pitch from Dahlberg. But again, Natalie Rude, anytime she's at the plate, is got a chance of making it go long. 0-1, and that one's on to third. They'll throw it over to first. It's going to be over the first baseman's glove. So an error will lead to the runner getting to first and then advancing to second. So an error there won't count as a base hit. The runner from first moves to third, and Rude will be at second. So runners on in scoring position for the Tigers, nobody out. And now to the plate, Kendall Pillar. She hit a triple back in inning number 1. That would score 2 more, and she gets a piece of it but fouls it into the backstop. Dahlberg works back. Here's the pitch on the 0-1. And going to get a piece of that one is Pillar, and that will score 1, and it will score 2. An 2-run single for Kendall Pillar. Lola Mold now to the plate. She had a sac fly out to center in the last inning. Nobody down. 2 runs of cross for Rush City. That one in there to Mold for strike 1. Good pitch there from Carly Dahlberg. 6-0 is the Tiger lead now. It's Mold again, be up to the plate. Like the last couple batters for the second time in 2 innings. And a pass ball will bring Pillar to second. So Mold deals with a 1-1. Pillar, this one right to the shortstop. She snaps it off. Great catch there. That is not easy, despite what you see. That is not easy for Kalia Berglund, but Berglund snapped it off for out number 1. That is huge. That's definitely going to provide a little bit of a spark for this Dragons team. And now Kaylin Glenna to the plate. So 1 down for Rush City, runner on second, and a 1-0 count for Glenna. This one swung on and hit down the third base line. Foul. That one was close to going over the bag, but does just go foul. So 1-1 now for Glenna. 2 runs have crossed. They've got 1 out and a runner on second. Dahlberg with the 1-1. That one's high, and over at second, Pillar trying to be aggressive. So 2-1 now for Glenna. Dahlberg. That one swung on and popped up into third base territory, but it's going to get down. So a foul ball called by the umpire. 2-2 going to be the count for Kaylin Glenna. This umpire is pretty fun. Got a lot of energy, and I love it. 2-2 pitch on the way. Oh, it's going to hit her. Just going to get Glenna in the arm. So a hit by pitch. We'll send her to first. Runners on first and second with 1 down. Here's the pitch, swung on, popped up, back out of play. So 4 hits, 4 runs in the first inning for the Tigers. 2 runs here in the second. Oh, 1 to Annabelle Hansen. It's going to roll to first, and she'll step on first for the first out. And the first out there by Lizzie Simon. Or the second out, excuse me. But it will advance the runners into scoring position at second and third with 2 down. And last out there was Hansen. And now Peyton Addix to the plate. And swinging and missing on that one. Addix makes it 0-1. Here's the 0-1 from Dahlberg, high for ball 1. Dahlberg getting the dirt back where she wants it. And turns around, readies for the 1-1. 1-1 on the way. Swung on and right to the pitcher. And not going to get there in time. Oh, it's close. Oh, they're going to get her safe. That'll be an infield single. And ooh, that one. That one going to count as an RBI single. I think that ball may have got there in time for the out, but they will not say so. So you got a runner on the corners. With 2 down, and the runner from first will move to second. So Addicks down to second. Adriana Schroeder to the plate. A 2-run single back in the first for her, and it's 7-0 Rush City now. 1-0 count. Here's the pitch from Dahlberg. It's in the dirt for ball 2. 2-0 count to Adriana Schroeder. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed, and a nice comeback pitch there for Dahlberg. Get the first strike of the at-bat. 2-1. 2 down, runners on second and third. That one in the dirt for ball 3. 3-1 count for Adriana Schroeder. Dahlberg trying to get out of this inning. Here's the pitch. It's in the dirt, and it gets by Wallenberg, but grabs it, and runners will stay. Bases are loaded with 2 down on a walk there by Schroeder. And it's Ashlyn Simmons to the plate. She struck out swinging in the first. Nearly about to swing around. It looks like Simmons at least showing bunt here. And she will show bunt. We'll see if she actually bunts. She pulls back, not going to bunt. Instead, she gets a swing on it. And that one's going to be... Oh, it's going to be dropped by the third baseman. The shortstop and third baseman were both there. They communicated, but just not enough, and that will get a run home. That'll be Glenna who scores. Runners will advance on the error. And now Hannah Mechtel back to the plate. That one's inside. Ooh, that one inside, just inside for ball 1. So that makes it 8-0. In favor of the Tigers. Here's the 1-0 from Dahlberg, and that one swung on right to the third baseman. She knocks it down. It's going to be fair. She knocks it out of over in foul territory. It's going to score 2. So 2-run score. It's Addicks and Schroeder who score. Moves Simmons up to third, and Mechtel goes to second. I don't know if that would technically be counted as a double, though. But 2-run score on an error. And now 2-run score to make it 10-0. 2 down, runners on second and third. It's 10-0 for Rush City. Natalie Rude back up to the plate for the second time this inning. One-0 pitch on the way to Rude. She gets a piece of this one. Popped up. That's going to be tough. The second baseman underneath it. Oh, and it falls in between the second and shortstop down. So Rude will reach first. And 2 more runs score. 12-0 as 2 more runs score for Pine City. And looks like we might get a pitching change here as a runner will move to first. The runners from second and third home. Looks like we'll get a change here at first. Lizzie Simon will move, and in for her at first will be Bryn Johnson. We'll have a little meeting there in the circle, and while they do that, we'll take a commercial break here. Tigers lead 12-0 in the bottom of inning number 2 in this doubleheader.
Untangling your headphones, finding the right remote, saying goodbye to your favorite shirt that hasn't fit in 10 years. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who live in your community and answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like finding a new favorite shirt. That's simple human sense.
Visit Town & Country Insurance today at townandcountry-ins.com or stop in our offices in Finlayson, Hinckley, and Mora.
Dale's.
So back here on WCMP, Kendall Pillar back up to the plate as Rude is at first and gets another error in which she reached. So Pillar back to the plate, second time this inning. Dahlberg with the pitch outside for ball 1. Rude trying to be aggressive over there on first. 1-0 for Pillar. Dahlberg with the pitch. Swing and a miss. Nice pitch there by Dahlberg. Got a rising ball, or I don't know what it's called. Rising fastball, ladder ball. You know, because ladder goes up. I don't know. Either way, it's 1 ball, 1 strike now to Pillar, and Dahlberg with the pitch. Gets a piece of that one, fouls it back, and out of play. So a 1-2 here for Kendall Pillar, and Dahlberg has a chance to get out of the inning. Here's the 1-2. In there on the outside part of the plate. For out number 3. Got her down looking for out number 3, but they do some damage. They get 8 runs to cross. Oops. 8 runs, there we go. And counting them on the hits, we'll see 1, 2, 3 hits. 8 runs on 3 hits. And we'll see if the Tigers get any errors. We had a couple errors there in the top of the second for Pine City. Looks like 3 of them for Pine City. Three errors, but now it'll be the Dragons' turn at the plate. They'll try and get their bats going and try and get some of these runs back in this second game of the doubleheaders. We move to the bottom of inning number 2. Tigers lead 12-0 here on WCMP. Looks like everybody's staying in place for Rush City. Peyton Attic still in the circle. And look, I believe it is Hanson still behind the plate. It is. So it looks like everybody is staying in their spots. Attic's getting her warm-up pitches in here. The infield, outfield getting there. We got the left fielder doing some cartwheels out there. Hey, anything you can do to stay warm and keep yourself warmed up. Oh, here we go. This will be the final warm-up pitch, and then we'll see leading off the bottom of inning number 2 will be Cadence Wallenberg. Playing behind the plate for game number 2. So Wallenberg will step to the plate to lead off into the left-handed batter's box. Attic's readies. Likes the call. Here's the windup and the pitch. And she gets a piece of that one, but the first baseman is going to get it and hold on and step on the plate for out number 1. Lola Mold over there at first. Grabs it for out number 1. Good hard hit by Wallenberg, but rounds out to the first baseman as out number 1. And now stepping to the plate for Pine City, be number 14. Brecken Nickel. She looks at ball 1. A 1-0 count with 1 down. Here's the pitch from Attic. Got a piece of it, and we'll foul it off down the third baseline. Another left-handed batter for Pine City is Brecken Nickel up there. 1-1 count, bottom of the second. And 1 out for Pine City. Addicts readies. And here's the 1-1 pitch. That's inside for ball 2. 2-1 count now for Nickel, and Addicts with the windup and the pitch. High for ball 3. So Nickel with a patient at bat here now has a 3-1, and the Dragons look to get their first base runner on. That one's in there for strike 2, so a full count now with 1 out. Addicts with the pitch. Getting a piece of that one, and it's going to go foul down the third baseline. Just a tad late on that one. If she can straighten it out, that's a base hit. So Brecken Nickel got a piece of it. And she'll come back to the left-handed batter's box to do it again with a full count. Addicts with the pitch. And swinging and missing is Nickel for out number 2. Now stepping up to the plate, going to be number 5. And that is, of course, Bryn Johnson. Addicts with the pitch is well outside for ball 1. 2 down, nobody on for Pine City here in the bottom of the second. Bryn Johnson at the plate. Here's the 1-0 from Addicts. In there for strike 1. 1-1 count. Here's the pitch from Addicts. Got a piece of it. Oh, it's going to hit the pitcher Addicts. Throw down to first. Oh, my goodness, what a dart from Natalie Rude after bouncing off of Addicts. She's okay, but it's going to hurt in the morning. So hits the pitcher Addicts, and then Natalie Rude able to use the arm to throw her out at first. So a tough one there for Pine City. Looked like they were might be able to get one, but unfortunately there for them. Natalie Rude just on top of it, able to throw an absolute frozen rope down to first in time for the third out. So 1, 2, 3 go the Dragons. And we move to the top of inning number 3 here on WCMP. And before we do that, we'll get a word from our fine sponsors. And then when we come back, we'll be ready for that top of the 3rd inning. So you're listening to Doubleheader Softball here on WCMP.
Dale's Heating and Appliance, your local heating and appliance expert, is committed to making your family's comfort their top priority. And now you can add water softeners to their list of expertise. Dale's now offers water softener sales or rentals along with installation, service, and salt delivery. So if your home needs quality water, make the call to your already trusted experts at Dale's, or just visit dalesheatingandappliance.com. dalesheatingandappliance.com.
Top of 3, it's Lola Mold to lead off. That one will roll to the catcher, Wallenberg, and that one gets by the shortstop after it went by the pitcher, and they'll get it back into Dahlberg here. So Lola Mold, 1-0 count. Here's the pitch from Dahlberg. High for ball 2. 3rd time in 3 innings, Lola Mold has been to the plate, so been to the plate in every inning thus far. Last inning, they batted around. And now the 2-0 pitch from Dahlberg. Lifts this one to the shortstop. She's got it for out number 1. Nice grab there for the first out. I believe that's number 9 there, Kalia Berglund, who grabs that one. But now to the plate, Kaylin Glenna for Rush City with 1 down and nobody on. Here's the pitch. Swinging and missing is Glenna Dahlberg. Got her on that one. Getting the defense set up, and here's the 0-1 pitch from Dahlberg. In there for strike 2. So Glenna down 0-2 in this at-bat, and Dahlberg trying to make it 1-2 to start the inning. Here's the pitch, but Glenna gets a piece of that one into the open spot in left center, and it drops, and that'll be a single for Kaylin Glenna. You could tell she was a little bit frustrated with those first two pitches, but she got a piece of that one and gave it a ride to left center for a base hit. And now it's Annabelle Hansen to the plate. 1 down and 1 on. Here's the pitch to Hansen in the dirt. And the pump fake down to first by Wallenberg, but Glenna gets back. Dahlberg with the left-handed pitch on the way. That one swung on and hit by Hansen. Should get to the tag at second, and then the throw down to first in time for out number 3. So a double play will get them out of the inning. An unconventional 1-2-3 there. A 1-2-3 third inning for Pine City. After Hansen hit one on the ground to the second baseman, she tagged the runner from first and threw it on to first in time for out number 3. So Pine City gets out of there without they allowed 1 hit, no runs crossed though. And now they'll move to the bottom of the third with a great opportunity. You got to be feeling confident now after that. That might provide a little bit of a spark anytime you can get a play like that. Bottom of the third. Tigers still lead 12-0, but now the Dragons get their shot at the plate and hope to get something going via the runs to cross. As Rush City will get their warm-ups in again out here in Rush City at Schlegel Fields for this doubleheader. Game 2 has begun. It was a 13-0 win in the first game of this doubleheader between these two teams. 12-0 here in the top of the third, and looks like leading off will be Carly Dahlberg to begin the bottom of inning number 3. Annabelle Hansen still behind the plate, and Addix still in the circle to pitch for the bottom of this third inning. Beautiful day for sports, not just softball, but for sports in general. We did get some rain last night, pretty late last night, and talking with the athletic director for Rush City, Lee Rude, he was telling me, I'll keep you up to date on what the fields look like and if we'll still have a game, but he was pretty confident, and thankfully, yeah, the field was dry enough. The field drained pretty well, and we were able to play a game. Pine City's supposed to have a game today against Ogilvie. They moved that to Mora, which just started an hour ago against Ogilvie. Mora was kind enough to allow Pine City to use their fields. But it is Carly Dahlberg to lead off the bottom of inning number 3. That one high in the zone for ball 1. Carly looking to be aggressive here, but did a great job laying off of that one to make it 1-0 count. 1-0 on the way from Addix. Got a piece of it. That's going to be a base hit. A base hit for Carly Dahlberg to begin inning number 3. And that is exactly what the Dragons were hoping for to begin this third inning. Looking like they will try and get a courtesy runner for Dahlberg at first. So going to courtesy run for Dahlberg at first will be number 7 on the JV team, Brasida Pineda. will be the courtesy runner here for Dahlberg. And now Isabella Prieto at the plate, playing out in center field once again. So Pineda at first as Prieto watches ball one. Brasida Pineda at first, the courtesy runner for Dahlberg, and Prieto has ball one, and that one's going to be outside for ball two to Isabella Prieto. Addix with the pitch on 2-0. In there for strike one. Prieto. That one on the inside part of the plate, but it does get enough of it for strike one. Nobody down, runner on first. Addix with the pitch. It's low, and the runner from first will advance to second. And of course, that is Brasida Pineda at second now, the courtesy runner for Dahlberg. 3-1 now for Isabella Prieto. Here's the pitch. Outside for ball four, and it is a walk for Prieto. Good at-bat there. And now to the plate will be number 10, the left-handed batter. I believe that is going to be Kaylin Anderson. First pitch is in there for ball one on the inside part of the plate. Runners at first and second for Pine City. Nobody out. Here in the bottom of the third, Kaylin Anderson. That one's high for ball two. 2-0 count for Anderson. Bottom of the third, 2 on. In there for strike three on the outside part of the plate for Kaylin Anderson. I think she might have been a little confused on that one, but Erdman says it's all right. 2-1. Whew. Just over for ball three. 3-1 for Kaylin Anderson. And now it'll be interesting to see you. That one's outside for ball four. Back-to-back walks for the Dragons will load the bases, and now a prime opportunity for the left-handed batter, Sam Root, to get the first run of this doubleheader for the Dragons. Base hit, might score two. Prieto, pretty fast. She's on second. He might actually have the faster part of this lineup out there. That one's in there just at the letters for strike one. That one looked a bit high, but it'll be in there for strike one. 0-1 to Sam Root. Here's the 0-1. Ooh, going to be strike two. So 0-2 now for Sam Root. Again, great opportunity with bases loaded and no outs. Took a little something off of that one, but Root on top of it and just hits it foul. So Addix took a little something off that one, but Root was prepared for it. Just didn't get enough of it. If she gets a piece of that one, that's a extra base hit, and it probably scores two, if not all three. So an 0-2 count again for Sam Root to Addix. With the 0-2 pitch on the way. Outside for ball one. 1-2 now for Sam Root. Grounded out in the first. Looking to make a difference here. Bases loaded, nobody out. Here's the pitch from Addix. Oh, and it's nearly hits her. Slide is there, and she's safe at home. And the Dragons score their first run of this doubleheader as each of the batters advance. So again, the courtesy runner from first, Brasida Pineda, will score the first run of this doubleheader for the Dragons to make it a 12-1 game. As that was a ball that got passed to score. And the runners now at second and third for Root. She swings and misses on that one with 2-2, and that'll be the first out. But only one down for the Dragons, and still got runners on second and third, so still a prime opportunity to score more. Now to the plate, it's Brecken Reiser. Runners on second and third, one down. Outside. Oh. Going to be called strike on the outside part of the plate for Brecken Reiser. So 0-1, and here's the Attucks pitch. That's inside for ball one. Evens it out at 1 ball and 1 strike for Brecken Reiser. One down, runners on second and third. Here's the pitch outside for ball 2. 2-1 count now to Reiser, and runners on in scoring position with 1 down. Still a great spot for the Dragons here to try and score, as they did from the Dahlberg single. Brasida Pineda scores for her, and that one going to be low and in the dirt for ball 3. 3-1 count now to Brecken Reiser. Runners stay at second and third. No really opportunity for them to try and score. So 3-1 for Reiser, and we'll see what Attucks decides to do here. Base hit, probably scores 2. Inside for ball 4, and Reiser with a patient at bat loads the bases once again. And now coming to the plate, Kalia Berglund with her chance to cut into the deficit. They did score 1, but now bases loaded with 1 down, and Kalia Berglund, we'll see what she decides to do. She did have a conversation with their head coach Erdman over there about this at bat. We'll see what the plan is. And that one's in there for strike 1. Erdman tells her, hey, next time you see that one, give her a rip. Berglund with an 0-1 count. Attucks with the pitch. And she gets a piece of it, right to the shortstop, and they'll double him up. So a line out from shortstop to shortstop for the first out, and then Reiser left and couldn't get back in time as they double him up for a double play. And the bases loaded threat will not lead to anything else, but the Dragons do get 1 run to score. They found their bats all of a sudden. They've got something going now, and we'll move to the top of the 4th, and they'll hope to continue to get those bats running once we reach the bottom. But now the defense has some work to do after the offense got something going. Confidence on the rise here for Pine City as we move to the top of the 4th after a word from our fine sponsors here on WCMP.
Your journey to smile with your forever starts at Embrace Orthodontics. The team at Embrace is committed to providing world-class care and a remarkable orthodontic experience. Choose between custom Light Force braces or Invisalign clear aligners with locations in Pine City, Lindstrom, and Cambridge, and a plan to fit your budget, whether you have insurance or not. Embrace Orthodontics will make your smile journey comfortable, convenient, and customized just for you. Visit EmbraceMN.com today to find out how to set up your free exam. EmbraceMN.com. Embrace Orthodontics, a smile you will embrace forever.
Top of the 4th, we'll see Peyton Attucks lead off for the Tigers. They have a 12-1 lead. Pine City brought some runs on, had plenty in scoring position, but only got 1 out of it. But now the confidence has got to be rising for Pine City as Dahlberg with the left-handed pitch to Attucks. That's down the third base line. Reiser with a long throw to first is not going to beat it. Attucks showing off the wheels there, and she'll reach with an infield single. Adriana Schroeder now to the plate. She is 1 for 1 today. 2-run single back in the first and a walk in the second. So runner on first now for the Tigers for Schroeder. Here's the pitch from Dahlberg, and runner from first going, and just safe. What a throw by Wallenberg down to second, and Man, almost got her again. So it'll be a steal for Addicks, and Schroeder will have a base open now. Or, excuse me, Schroeder will have a base open. Swinging and missing on that one is Schroeder. Puts the count to 1 ball and 1 strike. Dahlberg readies. Here's the 1-1 delivery. In there for strike 2. And now a chance to get the first out of the inning for Dahlberg. Dahlberg with the 1-2 pitch. Ooh, just off the plate for ball 2, excuse me. So that evens it up at 2-2 now for Schroeder. Here's the pitch. Got a piece of it. Down to third. Throw on to first going to be a tough one. But it's there for out number 1. It does move the runner from second to third. But a great throw there by Breckenreiser at third for out number 1. So 1 out. Runner on third. And now up to the plate, Ashlyn Simmons. No, excuse me. That will be, looks like a different batter. I believe that might be number 4, actually, which would be Briley Blatz. Does appear that way. Ball 2 to Blatz. (2-0) count now to Briley Blatz. Runner on third and 1 down for the Tigers. Here's the bunt attempt, and it's going to be fouled. Back. So 2-1 now. Showing bunt again, but usually when you show early, you'll pull back, and she does just that. This one's foul off the first baseline. That will move the count. 2 balls and 2 strikes for Briley Blatz. So now back in the batter's box. Do it with a 2-2 count. Dahlberg trying to get the second out of the inning. Showing bunt early, but she's going to pull back. And just high for ball 3. Maybe a strike that should have been called, but that's okay. 3-2. Dahlberg trying to come back. Swing and a miss by Blatz. And that will be out number 2. So there we go. 2 outs now for the Dragons. Runner on third. And now stepping to the plate will be Hannah Mechtel. She reached base twice there in inning number 2. Got a piece of this one, fouls off down the third base line. So an 0-1 count for Hannah Mechtel. Here's the pitch. Fouled again off the third base line. Third base coach telling her, hey, straighten that out. That's twice you've come at me. So 0-2 now for Hannah Mechtel, and Dahlberg trying to finish off the inning. Here's the pitch. A piece of that one did Mechtel. This could wind up being a good battle between the pitcher and Mechtel. So it remains 0-2 with that foul ball, and Dahlberg will again try to finish it off. And foul off the first base line. So once again, we'll do it with a 0-2 count. Here's the 0-2 from Dahlberg. In the dirt. Nice block by Wallenberg to keep the runner at third. So a 1-2 count now to Hannah Mechtel. It's Peyton Addix at third. Again, she's got wheels, so have to make sure she doesn't come home if this is a base hit. Almost might be better off just, leaving it as a hit. That's going to be in there on the inside part of the plate for strike 3. And Mechtel will go down looking. So they only get one hit here in this inning due to the Tigers. 0 runs, 1 hit for the Tigers. No errors by the Dragons, and they'll move to the bottom of the 4th inning with that runner stranded at third. A nice outing there that time by the Dragons. They keep that runner held at third and did not allow a run. And again, their batters found something working for them, and now they'll try to continue that here in the bottom of the 4th, as they did in the bottom of the 3rd, excuse me. So we'll see what Pine City's able to do here. Again, got it going there in that last inning. Scored a run on a base hit, but then stranded everybody with bases loaded. But it's going to be Cadence Wallenberg to lead it off for the bottom of the 4th. Peyton Addix still out there for Rush City. She will go at least part of the 4th, if not all of it. Her team still leads 12-1, but again, with how Pine City got going in that last inning, they look prime to get some of these runs back. He's having a set for a 7-inning doubleheader. The first game ended in 5 after a 13-0 win for Rush City. But if Pine City can replicate that last inning and get some hits with runners in scoring position, we might be talking about a different game. So the final warm-up pitch is in there, and it's Wallenberg stepping up to the plate to lead off bottom of the 4th. Cadence Wallenberg steps into the batter's box, the left-handed batter's box, and Addix, I think she's dealing with some bugs out there bothering her, but here's the pitch in there for strike 1 to Wallenberg. A 1 count for Wallenberg. Here's Addix with the windup and the pitch. It hits her, and she'll get to take her base. I do believe in all of this doubleheader, that is the first hit by pitch for Rush City that they have thrown. So you've got a runner on first, nobody out. And hey, any way you can get on base if you're Pine City, that's what you want. Brecken Nickel to the plate now, out and left. Here's a pitch from Addix, and that one's going to be fouled off over the Rush City dugout. A great jump by Wallenberg on that one. She was darn near to second by the time that ball was hitting off the bat of Nickel. So great jump by Wallenberg, and we'll see if she's that aggressive again. 0-1 for Nickel, and Addix with the pitch. Fouls it off the third base line. Wallenberg, decent jump that time, but it would have been close on the throw. So now 0-2 for Nickel. Runner on first. Peyton Addix likes the signal. Here's the 0-2. Good eye from Nickel there, and Wallenberg is going to take second as that ball gets by Hansen. So Wallenberg at second now opens up a base. 1-2 count now for Brecken Nickel. Runner at second. Addix, here's the 1-2. Got a piece of it. It's going to be a bouncer to the third. And throw on to first is in time for out number 1. Throw over to third, not in time. So it will be a ground out for Nickel, but she advances the runner to third. And 60 feet away. I think it's 60 feet. Might be 70. I'm not sure. Either way. So ground out to the third baseman for out 1, but that moves Wallenberg closer to third. And now it's Bryn Johnson to the plate. Grounded out back in the second. with one down. In there for ball one. Bryn Johnson with a 1-0. Here's the pitch from Addix. Inside for ball two. Gets out of the way of that one. (2-0), and here's the pitch from Addix. In there for strike one. Bryn Johnson readies. Addix gets the signal, likes it, and here's the 2-1. Oh, out in front of that one, and that one was well low, and she knows it. So it evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes for Bryn Johnson. Runner at third. Here's the pitch. Took a little something off that one, but it's outside for ball 3. Full count now to Bryn Johnson. Here's the full count pitch. Inside for ball 4. And quite the at-bat there for Bryn Johnson. She'll walk down to first. And now coming to the plate will be Carly Dahlberg, the pitcher. She hit a single back in the third. That's kind of what started everything. Let's see if she can get it done here. Oh, and it's just a pop-up to the pitcher. And, oh, they're going to double him up. So Bryn Johnson left and did not get back. And that will be out number 3. So Dahlberg pops out to the first baseman, or the pitcher, excuse me, and then they get Bryn Johnson not getting back in time for out number 3. So it'll be the runner at third will get stranded again, and they will not be able to score a run. Here will the Dragons, and we'll now move on to the top of inning number 5. The Tigers going to try and add some more insurance on here and try and prevent Pine City from getting the 2 runs they need to extend this game. As we are into the top of the 5th, Tigers turn up to the plate again. Back after word from our fine sponsors here on WCMP.
Arrowhead Transit plays a pivotal role in bolstering the communities it serves. By providing accessible and reliable transportation, they ensure essential travel for work, education, and healthcare. Arrowhead Transit is customer-centric, continuously evolving to meet the needs of the community with initiatives like community outreach programs, job fairs, and educational workshops, and more. Arrowhead Transit is more than just a transportation service. It is a vital part of the communities it supports. Your connection, your community. Arrowhead Transit, your ride.
And the leadoff batter, Natalie Rude, back to the plate. Dahlberg still in the pitcher circle for Pine City. It's 12-1, top of the 5th. Rude is 0 for 3 today, reached twice on an error. Back in the second and flew out in the first. First pitch to her is ball, though. So here's the 1-0 from Dahlberg, and that one's going to be outside and low for ball 2. Here's the 2-0 pitch from Dahlberg, and that's ball 3 as it's just above the letters. Here's the 3-0 pitch from Dahlberg. It's in the dirt for ball 4. And a walk for Rude. Kendall Pillar back up to the plate. For her today, she 0 for 3, but had a, or excuse me, 2 for 3. There we go. Figured it out. She had a triple back in the first and then a 2-run single in the second and also struck out in the second for the third out. But she'll get a single here with that hit. Now Rude at second. And now it's Lola Mold, who hit the sac fly back in inning number 1 and then flew out in the next 2. So she is 0 for 2 today with that sac fly. Runners on first and second, nobody out for Lola Mold. She gives this one a ride into foul territory, but the third baseman not going to get to it in time. Reiser tried to get to it, but just not there in time. And also running to it was Brecken Nickel, all the way from left field. Like the effort there. It'll be an 0-1 count for Lola Mold. Runners on first and second. Gets a piece of this one. It's popped up towards the shortstop. Oh, and it's... And they're going to get a double play. It's a infield fly rule. So the infield fly will get the out. So the infield fly for out 1, and then Natalie Rude, trying to advance to third, is tagged for out number 2. So now that brings Kaylin Glenn up to the plate. She hits one out to left field. That's over the head of the left fielder, Brecken Nickel, and that is going to score a run. Of course, that is Kendall Pillar. She has got some wheels to her, and that'll be an RBI double for Kaylin Glenna. So Pillar scores from first on the RBI from Glenna, and now Annabelle Hansen to the plate. 2 down and a runner on second for Hansen. This one is swung on, hit up to the infield, and caught by the second baseman for out number 3. So almost 3 up, 3 down for Pine City, but they do allow 2 hits here in this one. They allow the 1 run to score. So 2 hits, 1 run for the Tigers, but the Dragons do wind up getting out of that top of the 5th pretty quickly after the run scored. So the Dragons will need 3 if they want to continue the second game of this doubleheader. Otherwise, that will be it after 5. Again, 10-run rule does come into effect after the 5th inning. So Dragons will need to get at least 3 to cross the board here in this bottom of the 5th to continue this game. As everyone will make their way back out there, and I do believe it's Peyton Addix who will stay in the pitcher circle. And yes, it is number 9, so Addix will continue to be the pitcher. So it looks like they'll get the 1 warm-up pitch from Addix, and then that'll be it. And now we'll get the lead off here in the 5th. Bottom of the 5th for the Dragons will be Isabella Prieto. Again, Dragons need 3 runs to push this game to another inning. Addix moving the dirt around, just getting it set for herself, and now she readies for the first pitch. It's swung on and foul down the first base line. The 0-1 count now for Prieto. She walked back in the 3rd and reached 3rd, but could not score. But that's when the Dragons did get one of their first run of the doubleheader to score. That was Carly Dahlberg, and her pinch runner scored for her. As this pitch is inside to Isabel Prieto for ball 1. 1-1 count. Outside for ball 2. Prieto staying patient up there. Here's the 1-1. Swung on right to the second baseman. Throwing to first is in time. Prieto showing off the wheels, but not going to get there. And that'll be out number 1 for Pine City. Now up to the plate, the left-handed batter, Kaylin Anderson. 0 for 0 today. She walked back in the third. Here's the pitch from Addix. Getting a piece of it is Anderson. So 0-1 count now for Kaylin Anderson. Addix likes the signal. Here's the windup. And the pitch. Took a little something off that one, and Anderson, she's seen it well, but just couldn't get a piece of it, and now it's 0-2. Addix trying to go all 5, finish it off here. But Anderson still has this pitch here. She gets a piece of it, fouls it back, and out of play. So she'll get back to the batter's box to do it again with an 0-2 count. Addix trying to get her. Here's the pitch. Oh, and swinging. Swinging strikeout, gets in the dirt, and the throw down to first is in time for the out. So a strikeout for out number 2, and the Dragons are down to their final out with Sam Root back up to the plate. On the day, Sam Root is 0 for 2. But what a great opportunity to get the first hit of the game for Sam Root, and this one gets away from Addix. I think that stuck in her hand a little bit. That one goes well over and outside of anyone. Everyone has a good laugh about it, even Addix. And now it's 1-0 for Sam Root. Root got a piece of that one, and it's back out of play. Everybody's safe, being the spectators. No one got hit, so. Root will do it again. Back to the batter's box with a 1-1 count. 2 down again. Dragons down to their final out. But what a time for a 2-out rally. And swinging and missing at one. In the dirt to Sam Root. She's upset with herself. Knows it was low. But now a 1-2 count. Addix trying to finish it off. Root trying to keep things going for Pine City. They need 3 to extend the game. That one will bounce to the pitcher, Hansen. Evens the count at 2-2. So Root, the last chance for Pine City, trying to start a 2-out rally. Addix with the 2-2 pitch. Inside for ball 3. Full count now for Sam Root. And this is quite the at-bat as the Dragons try and extend this game down to their final out and final strike here. Full count for Sam Root. Here's the pitch from Addix. In there for strike 3, and that'll end it. So Root will go down looking as out number 3, and that will finish off this doubleheader with the Tigers taking both 13-0 and 13-1 in games 1 and 2. We'll take a commercial break. We'll come back and recap the second game of the doubleheader here as you're listening to Softball on WCMP.
And here's the pitch.
Here's the pitch. The premier indoor batting cages in North Branch. Whether you're trying to make the team or take the team to the next level, Here's the Pitch has state-of-the-art pitching machines for both baseball and fast-pitch softball. If your batter needs some individual instruction, Here's the Pitch has lessons with current and former collegiate instructors. Make the right call today. They've got the equipment, you provide the batter. Find Here's the Pitch on Facebook or visit here'sthepitchmn.com. here'sthepitchmn.com.
Welcome to Wellia Health's new birth center at our Mora campus. Step into our state-of-the-art facility designed for your comfort and safety. Explore our virtual tour and immerse yourself in the excitement of welcoming your newest family member. Prepare for the journey of parenthood with our comprehensive prenatal education series and discover expert tips on our blog. Your journey starts here. Come experience Wellia Health's birth center in Mora, Minnesota today, or explore online at welliahealth.org.
A Lennox air source heat pump is a high-efficiency air conditioning unit that can also heat your home or business during the spring and fall. It's more economical than heating with propane. Have Dale's Heating and Appliance install your Lennox air source heat pump. Ask Dale's how you can receive up to $1,000 in rebates for your air source heat pump system. And ductless mini splits also qualify for up to $1,000. Visit dalesheatingandappliance.com. Conditions apply. See dealer for details.
Free college is possible at Pine Technical and Community College. Students of all ages may be eligible for a tuition and fee-free pathway to education thanks to the new North Star Promise Scholarship. If you're a resident of Minnesota and have a family-adjusted gross income of $80,000 or less, apply online today for free and join us in high-demand programs such as nursing, gunsmithing, machining, automated systems, cybersecurity, early childhood education, liberal arts, and more. Whether you're starting out or starting over, learn more at pine.edu.
And here's the pitch.
Here's the pitch. The premier indoor batting cages in North Branch. Whether you're trying to make the team or take the team to the next level, Here's the Pitch has state-of-the-art pitching machines for both baseball and fast-pitch softball. $35 gets you cage time with your own pitcher. $40 gets you cage time using one of their top-tier pitching machines. Screens, plates, helmets, they've got the equipment, you provide the batter. Find Here's the Pitch on Facebook or visit here'sthepitchmn.com. here'sthepitchmn.com.
Wellia Health Community Pharmacies are here for you, operating from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday and 8 to 1:30 on Saturdays at both our Mora and Pine City locations. Our approachable pharmacists are available to address all your medication queries and facilitate hassle-free prescription transfers. Contact us in Pine City at 320-322-5141 and in Mora at 320-679-3999. We offer local options to enhance your convenience. Explore further details online at welliahealth.org.
Untangling your headphones, finding the right remote, saying goodbye to your favorite shirt that hasn't fit in 10 years. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who live in your community and answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like finding a new favorite shirt. That's simple human sense.
Visit Town & Country Insurance today at townandcountry-ins.com or stop in our offices in Finlayson, Hinckley, and Mora.
Back here on 106.5 FM, AM 1350 WCMP. Game 2 of the doubleheader goes to the Tigers by way of a score of 13-1. The Dragons did get that one run there to score in the third. Had plenty of opportunities to score more, but just could not get those runners home in scoring position. And that'll be something they hope to improve on as the season goes along. But looking at the pitchers here in this one, starting with the designated home team in Game 2 for Pine City was Carly Dahlberg, as she went all 5 innings, faced 28 batters, allowed 11 hits, 13 runs, 3 strikeouts, 3 walks, and 1 hit by pitch. So a little bit of a better outing there in the second of these 2 games. For the Rush City Tigers, it was Peyton Addix who went all 5. She faced 19 batters, allowed 1 hit, run, and that was an earned run. She walked 4, hit 1, and struck out 5. And again, both the catchers did a phenomenal job of keeping those softballs in front of them and not allowing any runs via that way. But another win here for Rush City makes it an 8-1 season now, and they again still sit on top of the conference in the Great River. But Hinckley, Finlayson, and Bram are right behind them. They're hoping, they're looking for them to make any sort of mistake so they can catch back up. And Rush City, with now a 7-1 record, technically tied for first with Hinckley, Finlayson, and Bram, but because they have 7 wins and Hinckley, Finlayson, and Bram only have 5, it would put and keep Rush City on top with a 8-1 record after 2 wins here today over Pine City. So Rush City still in the lead in the conference, but they are being chased by Hinckley, Finlayson, and Bram, both with only 1 loss in the conference. So Bram and Hinckley, Finlayson trying to make some noise here in the conference and trying to take Rush City off their throne in which they have held for many, many years. They're trying to change things up in this conference and dethrone Rush City, but that will be hard to do. Pine City just behind Hinckley, Finlayson, and Bram at 2 and what would it be, 7 now. And I think 2 and 5 now in the conference, I believe it is. And again, yeah, we had to don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, we had a broken bat in this doubleheader. I don't know, it was incredible. I've never seen a softball bat get broken, but yeah, we've seen one here in this game for the Tigers. That was Summer Nelson who broke the bat. And, again, I've never seen it in softball, so pretty cool. A monument? I don't know what you'd call it, but something interesting had happened here with that broken bat in Game 1 of this doubleheader for Rush City. But the Tigers, they got after it early and often. Again, 4 runs off of 4 hits in the first inning. Then they scored 8 runs off 3 hits in the second. Then they did not get any in the third, did not get any in the fourth. They got 1 more to cross there in the fifth, which just extended it 12-1. Pine City needed 3 here in the bottom of the fifth to extend it. Could not do so, as Peyton Addix did a great job of finishing it off with 2 strikeouts here. But for Pine City, 1, 2, 3 in the first and second innings. But that third inning is where everything got started. It was a single for Carly Dahlberg, and her pinch runner eventually scored. Then it was 2 walks in a row for Prieto and Anderson, who were both in scoring position. Then we seen a strikeout by Sam Root, and then Reiser would walk to first, but then a line out for Kalia Berglund to the shortstop doubled him up as Reiser left first and did not get back in time for the tag, so that was the third out in that one. And then they got 4 more batters to the plate in the fourth after Wallenberg was hit by a pitch. She stole second, made it all the way to third, and then a ground out for Nickel, a walk for Johnson, but then a fly out to the pitcher by Dahlberg led to Bryn Johnson getting doubled up for outs 2 and 3. And then in the fifth, they had the ground out to start by Prieto. It was a great at-bat for Prieto, but just couldn't get it going. And then Anderson and Sam Root both would strike out. Sam Root had a great at-bat too, but went down looking in that last at-bat, and unfortunately that's the one where you got to be protecting down. They needed 3, though, to extend this second game of the doubleheader. They were just not able to do it, and they fall 13-1 in game number 2, 13-0 in the first game of this doubleheader. So that'll do it here for us at WCMP and me, Ethan Game Day Gillen. Appreciate you all tuning in here for this doubleheader, where the Rush City Tigers get the victory over the Pine City Dragons, 13-0 and 13-1 in games 1 and 2. A great fight put up by the Dragons. Got some runners in scoring position here in the second, but just could not drive them home. And they'll be looking to do that a little bit better in the next outing that they have. As we go ahead and take a look at those schedules for us, we're supposed to be in Pine City for a baseball game tomorrow, but looking at the weather here for tomorrow, it does look like there is supposed to be some rain during the day, so I don't know if we'll get that game in. We'll keep you up to date on it, of course. Listen to the morning shows and stay tuned to our Facebook, because that's where we get postponements, cancellations, and date moves for spring sports, so stay tuned to that. But for Pine City, that will do it for today. That is their last game for today. Then they'll play tomorrow at home against Mille Lacs. So they will play the Raiders tomorrow at home in Pine City against the Raiders. That should be another good conference game between those two teams. That'll be at 4 o'clock, and then they won't play until next week, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. A 4-game week for Pine City next week, starting on the road in Mora, and they return home Tuesday to face Hinckley Finlayson. Then the next 2 to wrap up the week, Thursday, Friday, who will be their conference opponent starting in the fall. Mora, Crosby, Ironton, and Aiken will be the 3 new conference teams for the Great River. That'll be added coming up in the fall sports season. So Mora will eventually be a conference opponent, but not this year. But that is who Pine City has coming up to face here this week and the start of next week. A 4-game week. There we go. That's proper English for Pine City next week, as they get a ton of conference opponents here. They will have Mille Lacs again tomorrow, maybe at 4 p.m. Again, there is some rain in the forecast, so it might be postponed again. We'll keep you up to date on that. For Rush City here, this was a Wednesday game for them. It's a rare Wednesday game, but it's a Wednesday game nonetheless. They did play Mille Lacs yesterday. A doubleheader here today against Pine City. And then it is not it for them this week either. They will play tomorrow as well up at Aiken, the eventual conference team for both sides. But they'll play up in Aiken tomorrow. Then they'll play 4 games next week, starting on Monday at home against Mille Lacs, but then the last 3 are on the road. They will play Tuesday at Bram. That should be a good one. That should be a really good one there between those 2. Then another one on the road. That should be really good over in Hinckley against the Jaguars. Again, those 2 teams and 2-3, just behind Rush City. And then Friday, they will play 2 teams there on Friday. I believe it looks like the first game on Friday will be 12:30 up in Barnum against the Barnum Bombers, and then game 2 of that day will be over in Esco. So game 1 will be in Barnum on Friday for the Tigers next week in Barnum, and then in Esco for their second game at 4:30. This will be a fun week for both of these teams coming up next week, as they both got to finish off the week tomorrow if the games are able to be played. We'll keep you up to date on that. So that will wrap it up here for this doubleheader. Dragons fall 13-0 and 13-1 in the games. For the Tigers, another nice outing for both of their pitchers, Addix and Pillar. And both these teams will have a chance tomorrow to do it all over again. For WCMP, I'm Ethan Game Day Gillen. I want to thank all of you who tuned into this game. Thanks so much for tuning in. You give me a job to do, so I certainly appreciate all of y'all tuning in. I want to thank all of our fine sponsors who sponsored this and every other broadcast that we do. Thanks so much to all of them. And appreciate the AD, Lee Rude, letting us broadcast here. Again, we got great athletic directors in our local listening area. They are just phenomenal. From Lee Rude here at Rush to Ingolstadt up at Pine, Lindstrom up there at East Central, and all the way over to Whitbread there in Mora, just to name a few. There are plenty more that I could name, but to not hold us up too much, that'll be it. Just, again, all the athletic directors that I get the chance of working with are just phenomenal. I appreciate all that they do for me and helping me out at games. But again, I want to thank all of you tuning in. Thanks to all the fine sponsors. The finals here in this one, 13-1 and 13-0, and games 1 and 2. And don't forget to stay tuned to the morning shows over on 95.5 FM KBEK with Rockin' Robin Riley at 7:30 and 8:30. Then over on 100.9 FM with Joshua Miron at 7:45 and 8:45. That's when you can catch your local sports update. We'll talk about this game and other games that happened in our local listening area. Plus, we'll talk some regional and national sports as well. Also, stay tuned to our websites, WCMPradio.com, KBK.com, for game recaps of games that we were at. Plus, we'll get you the schedules up there. And again, all you have to do is go to WCMPradio.com or KBK.com, go to the sports tab, click on broadcast schedule, and there you'll see the games that we have on our broadcast schedule for the week. But again, those are subject to change, especially here in the spring sports season with weather and game in the fields just not being in good enough condition. So stay tuned for all of that. Stay tuned to our social medias, our Facebook pages, WCMP Radio's Facebook, KBK's Facebook, and our Twitter at WCMP Radio for announcements of games that we'll be covering, for game recaps as well as breaking news, broken records, coaches retiring, coaches being hired, all that kind of stuff. LOIs being signed as well. We'll keep you up to date on all of that on our Facebook pages. So stay tuned to those. I want to thank all of you again for tuning in. Thanks so much. I appreciate it. Appreciate all the fine sponsors who sponsor this and every other broadcast that we do. Appreciate them. We're allowed to be out here because of them. If it wasn't for their sponsorship, well, we wouldn't be able to come out here. So appreciate them. And then remember to be kind to everyone. You never know what someone's going through. Your kindness could make their day. Again, the Tigers take both games of this doubleheader, 13-0 and 13-1. Dragons gave it a heck of a try here in the second game, but just couldn't get those runners in scoring position to cross. For WCMP, I'm Ethan Game Day Gillen. Thanks so much for tuning in, and have a great rest of your night. Who sponsor this and every other broadcast that we do. Appreciate them. We're allowed to be out here because of them. If it wasn't for their sponsorship, well, we wouldn't be able to come out here. So appreciate them. And then remember to be kind to everyone. You never know what someone's going through. Your kindness could make their day. Again, the Tigers take both games of this doubleheader, 13-0 and 13-1. Dragons gave it a heck of a try here in the second game, but just couldn't get those runners in scoring position to cross. For WCMP, I'm Ethan Game Day Gillen. Thanks so much for tuning in, and have a great rest of your night.